Let's get back into the recording of this event that I pushed off for way too long. It's literally last 24 hours. Within the last 24 hours. Lost in Summer, Faded Paradise. Let's get a read on. I'll swallow it. Let's get a read on. I guess one of my new catchphrase. That actually sounds pretty nice. The light hits first. The summer sun hammering straight down overhead. There, the ground gives, sand curling warm between my toes. Beyond that, I honestly forgot how loud it sounds. Wow, it's the ocean. There it is. Yeah, yep, the ocean. And the two of them in swimsuits. The ocean. Voice is cracking. I'm also trying to be I'm too hot energized. Give me a second to calm down. The ocean. Oh, what's with you, Captain? You were hesitating earlier, and now you're all excited. Or maybe seeing us in swimsuit has you so turned on you can barely contain yourself. I mean, sure, they do look good in those swimsuits. Well, they're all modeling, I see. And yes, they are pretty stunning. But being turned on, that's not it. That's not it. Slight increase detected in the captain's skin temperature compared to 30 minutes ago. Likely cause is how revealed Luna's swimsuit is. Alternatively, excitement from seeing the ocean a rare sight in Noah. Which one is it, Captain? I'm just excited to see the ocean. Really, I have no idea what my voice is. Right, you're a human too. Of course you'll get excited seeing the ocean. Oh yeah, there's a tone. But I guess it'll look like we're ditching Asha and Omega to have fun on our own, huh? What? No, we left Omega with the Saintess from the start, though we can leave her out of this. Okay, audio's working. Then Asha, the only one we left out, huh? Flinches. What's done is done, Captain. So don't worry too much. Since we're here, let's enjoy the beach to the fullest, right, Smile? Huh? Where did she run off to? Oh, Luna, Captain, look at this. With the waves repeatedly scoring and depositing the sand, my feet are getting buried with every wave. I do that exact same thing too, Smile, every time. Hey, Smile! You can't just go in and wow us. Wait up, I'm coming too. Watching Luna follow Smile into the water, I couldn't help but feel a strange sense of guilt. Slight sense of guilt. Strange sense of guilt. We go back to. we left Lisa behind. I'm so sorry. This has to be an administration mix-up. I swear, I checked the reservation date over and over. So how did it end up booked for a different day? Negative. Judging from her explanation, simple human error is the most likely cause. Anyways, I did manage to grab last-minute tickets for a train leaving today, but there were only 3 tickets left. So only 3 of you can leave today. Wait, then how are the rest of us supposed to get there? They said the next available train leaves in 3 days, so could you maybe take that one? Wouldn't that work? Lisa. So Lisa, this is the reason why this is why Asha doesn't have a swimsuit. It's not like I did it on purpose. If anything, I was looking forward to the summer vacation just as much as you all. No, I mean our training camp. I even took out another emergency youth loan. Oh my god, Lisa. To prepare for the trip, I brought 3 of the latest swimsuits and everything. It's not liaison officer, you are clearly planning to have fun from the start. Well, what's done is done. Maybe it worked out for the best. I didn't feel great about leaving Omega behind in Noah anyways. On the bright side, now we can head out with Omega too. Huh? Wait. What do you mean? Didn't you say Omega needed at least 3 full days of rest to get her energy back? How long ago was this sent to the other event? Oh, while we were in Monastery for a competition trial against the Monastery Knights, we met Tyria and fought beside her in a decisive battle against another executor, Gil. Okay, so this is part season 6. This is episode 5. What did Omega do during that phase? With the Monastery Knights, we defeated Gil, but what about Omega? He was forced to return to Starpiercer after energy reserves dropped below 20%. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. Omega was during that fight. You just didn't do much. Crash. Oh, what happened, Omega? Are you okay? Omega picked up the cup and it broke. Omega's super sorry. Omega's super sorry for startling you. More importantly, Omega, your right arm. Huh? Omega's arm is gone again. But Omega ate so much. After that battle, Omega began experiencing unexplained drops in output. Omega, is there something wrong with the... Oh, no. Cube, is there something wrong with Omega? Sorry, I got that dyslexia kicked in. Negative. Omega controls current output and stability appears to stem from insignificant optimization of the newly acquired data. Optimization? Estimated optimization period 3 days. During this period, Omega Control will enter forced power save mode and okay. Of course. Don't you worry. We'll take good care of her. The spirit came right to me and I didn't even have to lift a finger. Good. See? Good deeds really do bring blessings. As expected of you, Princess Mariel. I truly admire how utterly shameless you can be without batting an eye. Who are you calling shameless? Captain, is this really our only option? They just seem so unreliable. I honestly just forget every single voice I'm doing. I'm just gonna read. I had my doubts too, but Omega's recovery period overlaps with our expedition training in Fora. We couldn't leave Omega and Cube alone in empty quarters while Omega was defenseless in her dominated state. Yannick. The Monolith Order actively studies ancient relics, so they could at least offer some help if anything went wrong. I'm not doing my brooding voice anymore because it hurts. My voice is not in really good strain. Maybe I can climb 10 ranks with this, no 20. Of course, I made sure to warn the head priest not to let Muriel lay a finger on her. It'll be alright. Right, Omega? Yeah, Omega will come back good as new. Bye, everyone. See you later. Wait, so let's see. The base trip happens in between chapters 5 and 6. That really makes sense because that's after the trial fights of the void fight. No, because the void fight happens. No, this is lead. This is right. Because after you fight the Monastery Knights are if you fight the elite Western Liberation group, but the Western Liberation group was our void trial fight. So this is in between. That makes sense. So which means chapter 7 should be the last chapter of this whole storyline if we're following what the career storyline, the journey storylines does. Oh, great. Since the training camp got pushed back anyways, we can wait for Omega and all leave together. Is this what they call a blessing in disguise? It's called a blessing in disguise. There it is. Yeah, it's the Voyager Savior Party's first training camp. We can't split up before it even starts. Okay, then we can spend the next 3 days kicking back for once and For the next 3 days, while we're waiting for Omega to recover, we'll use that time to training for our training camp. Huh? Training for our training camp? Asha is getting fired up about training again. Wait, what do you mean? Luna, like I said earlier, this is the Voyager Savior Party's first ever training camp. We can't waste a single day just because the schedule changed. Oh, at this rate, we'll be stuck in training hell. Wait. Now that I think about it... Huh? Lisa? What about to Lisa? What? Luna... Luna, are you listening to me? Yes, I see. So that's how it is. Smile, lend me your ear for a second. Then, Captain, I'll leave you in charge of our 3 days of training for our training camp. Only you can guide us through efficient training and help us get the most out of the camp. Everyone agrees, right? Huh? Luna? Smile, Captain? They were right here a second ago. Yoink! We're taking our tickets first. Huh? Luna? What are you doing? Sorry, but if we stick around, we'll be stuck training until the next train leaves. So we'll go on ahead and get some proper rest. You two can take your time. Then take me with you. Then take me with you, though. Then take me with you, too, please. Lisa, you got work to do. Impossible. There are only 3 tickets to begin with. Please, keep an eye on Omega at the monolith order. See you in Flora. Huh? Luna? Smile? Captain! Sorry, Asha! I mean, obviously the main character is taken away because that's how the only way the story continues. Smile! You can't even swim, huh? Maintaining equilibrium during buoyancy and gravity while facing forward is more difficult than expected. True. Luna would understand if she tried it herself. Oh, me? Oh, please, I'm good enough to swim out to that island and back at least. But it might be too hard for you since you're so short. They say tall, lengthy beauties make the best swimmers, you know. Body proportions are merely a secondary variable, and my limbs are not short. Flash, flash. Cut that out, you. Cut that out. Cut that out, you little brat. Salt water stings when it gets in your eyes. Actions that cause displeasure to others are subject to consequences, or so I was told. You're gonna pay for that. With her cheeks puffed out, Luna dove underwater. Blop, blop. Luna? Yeah. Wait, if you tug there, my swimsuit will... Floating in panics, Smiles reaches out, only to lose her balance and sink beneath the water. That's exactly what you get for slacking on swim practice, you little sinking stone. Man, that was a really hard way of not saying a really bad word there. That's cheating. That's cheating. I don't remember how to Smile's voice. Water splashed up around them, gathering through the air and glistening in the sunlight. Maybe it was the dazzling sunlight, but even the guilt weighing on me moments ago seemed to fade. Captain, hurry up and get in. Captain, hurry up and get in, and come play with us. Body temperature dropping due to seawater exposure feels good. But, come on, overthinking things will only tie your brain in knots, you know. At times like this, you just let go of all your usual words and enjoy the moment. Now, close your eyes and soak it all in. You think so? Yeah, now hurry! I completely changed the tone again. Following Luna's advice, I close my eyes and focus on my other senses. The cool shade on the beach umbrella overhead, the warm lights warming my skin, and the sea breeze gently cooling it down and cooling again. Right, maybe I had been overthinking things lately. Might as well bury my worries in the sand for a while and enjoy the moment. Yeah, there you go. That's the point. So much for enjoying it. A shark! There's a shark! Huh? A shark? Where? Where? Negative. Sharks found in tropical waters, including those around Flora, do not linger in the water this shallow. A specimen appearing this close to shore would technically be either an inactive individual that drifted in by chance or one of Flora's rare mirages. Luna, don't pull me by the hood. This isn't the time for that. Smile! Hurry up and get out! Is this Jaws movie moment? After a sudden commotion over a shark sighting off Flora's coast, swimming was temporarily banned at the beach. Are you two okay? Unharmed. Still failed to identify the specimen exhibiting. Unusual behavior is regrettable. Oh. You seriously still don't get it, do you? What if something terrible had happened to you? Do you remember that play we saw with Asha, the one where the shark was gobbling up people left and right Jaws? If you mean Hurricane Shark, its description was incorrect. In general, sharks are not aggressive towards humans. People like Luna, who accept exaggerated portrayals as facts, are textbook victims of media distortion. What? Anyways, I'm glad neither of you got hurt. I had thought about joining them in the water for a bit, but with swimming off limits, it seems our purification was over. Huh? But what do you mean over? The vacation isn't over. Who said it's over? But swimming's off limits. What else can we do? Of course, I already booked us a 3-day stay at Flora's ultra luxurious resort until Asha gets here. The shops and pools around here are all tied to the resorts, so we can just charge everything to our room. An ultra luxurious resort? Where did you get the money for that? I actually hit it big. At the casino once. For once. Enough for 3 days in the resort's best room with plenty left over. Casino? Again? Huh? Wait, what? I was about to get mad. Thinking she'd gone to the casino and came back broke as usual, when I finally noticed something was off. You won big at the casino? That's what I'm saying. Seriously? Since when did you win at casinos? Luna's casino win rate is currently on 0, and yet she won big, which leads to a data error. For the numbers to add up, she would have had to bet a considerable amount. But Luna is usually penniless and often ends up sleeping outside. Therefore, Luna's claim that she won big at the casino is most likely false. I understand if neither of you but can believe it. But the truth is, yours truly, Lavasar's genius gambler Luna, spent 3 days and nights at the table and came out with a fortune. So, now you're a genius gambler instead of the greatest oracle? Classification reversed from low possibility to impossible. Feeling fear. What are you talking about? I don't lose every single time. Press X to doubt. Everyone just stares at Luna as she said that line. Besides, this is our first vacation in Flora. We can't just let our first summer vacation go to waste, can we? Weirdly enough, it is their first vacation because we're still within 1 year of the whole game being out. It's a training camp. A training camp. I'm sure the moon must have recognized how badly I wanted this. I made a wish for the best summer ever, drew one final card, and it was the winning one. Thanks to that, I won enough to pay back the scary guy waiting behind me and still had enough left to sponge like that. Wow, that is winning big. I think I just heard something terrifying, but let's move on from that for now. Come on, everyone. We only have 3 days. When Asha and Omega arrive 3 days from now, what do you think they'll say? Since you had so much fun while I was gone, let's make up for lost time with extra training. and will make it an extra brutal. Possibility of her saying that is 100%. Correct! Once Austria shows up, fun time like this are over. She's probably right. Come on, you get it right. Before the brutal training starts in 3 days, let's enjoy Flora while we can. I feel like I need to speak. I feel like Luna's voice right now is that of a business person, a business salesperson is what I'm going with right now. If you suddenly came into that much money, you should think ahead and set half of it aside. Set some aside, save it. What's that? But I knew none of that would get through to her. Come on, we're not wasting time just standing around. Just trust yours truly and follow me. Oh. With that, Luna grabbed our hands and marched off, pulling us along. Munch, munch. High price. Justified by the corresponding quality. Utility melts in your mouth. So good. I'm glad you enjoy it. How would you like to pay? Oh. No. Yeah, charge it all. Charge it all to our room. We'll pick up we'll set up at the checkout. And maybe before I knew it, this whole pool is ours. The Voyager Saviors party is taking over. Just charge it to our resort room. We'll set up at checkout. I got swept up in the excitement. We're going to be in debt now, aren't we? These suits would look good on you, Captain. What do you think? No, don't even think twice. It's on me. I've got plenty to spare. So this is nothing. Then I'll take you up on that. No. Then I'll take you up on that. And start spending without thinking. This place is partnered with that resort over there, right? Then we'll set it up at checkout. Oh, you mean Florence Premium Resort? We are not one of their partner shops. Oh, you're not? That's right. We only opened recently. Unfortunately, we haven't partnered with the resort yet. I guess I have no choice. I'll go get my wallet. It's not here. Not here. I looked everywhere, and it's not here. Luna dragged Smile and me back to the pool we rented for ourselves, and frankly dug through the bags she left behind. But her wallet was nowhere to be found. I've looked everywhere. It's still not here. Where did it go? Where did it go? I'm forgetting her voice again. Smile, nothing over there. Are you sure? Not over here. I'm certain. No way. And this is where the title comes from. I went through so much to get that money. I was gonna show off by treating everyone to a lot of delicious foods and nice meals. Delicious food and nice swimsuits. Luna, I wanted to throw enough money around that everyone would just let my screw up slide for a while. As predicted, a rather ferocious motive. But I really wanted to... Calm down. Let's think this through step by step. When was the last time you took out your wallet? Let's see. Probably after I arrived in Flora. I changed into my swimsuit at the beach, and I didn't want anyone taking it, so I tied it to my swimsuit strap. Question. Swimsuit strap? Swimsuit strap? Could it be... a shark? There's a shark! A shark? Where? Negative. Sharks found in tropical waters, including those around Flora. Why am I treating this like in a different voice? But you know it's funnier this way. Do not linger in water this shallow. This isn't the time for that, Smiles. Hurry up and get out. Okay. It is certain that you dropped it in the ocean. The wallet in the ocean. Nods. And Luna. Luna! Isla. A girl. Strange title, but alright. Splash Splash. We were playing around here, right? Not confirmed. After that, we waited for the beach restrictions to lift, and then spent hours searching for the wallet Luna might have dropped into the ocean. I can't find it anywhere. It's obvious upon consideration. Coins made of metal alloy are too dense to float. Then you're saying we'll never find it? No way, no way. At that, Luna's shoulders droop. Drip. Is it supposed to be dropped or drool? Dropped. Don't mind the extra note. Dropped. I guess I have no choice. I'll do a reading to find it. Not recommended. Unscientific methodology. Accuracy decreases when Luna is the practitioner. What are you talking about? My prophecies are always perfectly accurate. It's just reading your own fortune is kind of taboo among oracles. Though I may have occasionally pretended I saw the future without doing a reading. At least I detected self-awareness. Good. But still, this is an emergency. This is way better than wearing ourselves out without even knowing if we can't find it. If we can find it, please, dear Moon. I already forgot what voice I'm doing for her. Please, dear Moon, show me a way, a future where I get my wallet back. With a desperate look, Luna clasped her hands and squeezed her eyes shut. Shut. Yes, I can see it. A future where I find my lost wallet. And after that, the shark eats her. Luna's eyes suddenly flew open. She shook her head a few times, then closed them again. No, that must have been the wrong future. Again. This part seems right. Yes. No, again. Again. Yeah. She dead. She dies in each one of those three features. Don't tell me. This time, Luna slowly opened her eyes, saying nothing as a strange... Saying nothing as a strange benevolent smile spreads across her face. When people say they can't see the future, that's usually a figure of speech, right? And when I actually say when I actually can't see a future where I find my wallet, it usually means that the future really doesn't exist. Yeah, it's been a while since I've actually ran into the situation, so I'm kind of thrown off. That's all. Luna, what did I do, Captain? What did I do, Captain? It's over. We're never gonna find it. Looks like our fates won't let us get the wallet back. Since there's nothing we can do, I think we'll have to give up. You give up way too fast. Oh, come on. I'm not dumb enough to bet on something with no chance. Correction, possibility of approaching zero, but have not reached zero. No. That future doesn't exist, so it's exactly zero. Look at it this way. We were fated to lose the wallet from the start. What kind of fate is that? Huh? I'm serious. Don't underestimate the power of fate, Captain. After all, every little thing in the world is driven by the power of a fixed future. I don't like that. A lot of people do not like that. But if everything in the world only ever unfolds according to it, wouldn't that make hoping for something, struggling for it, or trying to live life to the fullest feel meaningless? Haha. If they were meaningless from the start, then realizing they're meaningless doesn't mean you've lost anything, right? But okay. We better off finding something else fun to do instead of thinking about this stuff. Now, how about we... My nose getting stuff. Now, how about we enjoy the rest of our vacation? Huh? We can't buy new swimsuits now, but we can still play in the oceans all we want. Regrettably, Luna's wish cannot be realized. What? Why not? Outstanding charges accumulate since our arrival in Flora are enormous. Without the wallet, full payment is impossible. Has Luna already forgotten? Oh, right. We had all those tabs to settle, didn't we? I got so carried away spending that I completely forgot. Okay. Oh, Captain, do you have any money? Even a little would help. What for? Well, to fix this, I think our only option is to hit the casino and win big like last time. No, Luna, you're not going to actually the casino. So please, just spot me some cash this once. Try actually working to pay what we owe. It's not this one. Not this one either. Flip, flip. In the end, to pay off all the tabs we ran up, we stopped by Candle Square's Flora branch to look for any quests worth taking. Urgently hiring swimsuit, laundry staff. Easy work, highly recommended for anyone looking for an easy little side gig they can do while kicking back. Rejected. Nowhere near enough to cover what we owe. Then what about this? Resort staff needed. Why did they need a staff needed during a freaking resort? The pay is pretty good, right? Isn't it? Rejected. They're looking for someone who can work for at least a month. Then what about this? I pointed to the poster hanging in the corner. Help me find the pirate. One Piece? Are we gonna meet Luffy? Help me find the Pirate King's treasure. Seeing the large lettering, Smile stood on tippy toes, took up the poster and examined it closely. Can we just grab it for her? A quest asking for help finding treasure using a map the client had acquired. No other details or time frame listed. A treasure hunt? A treasure hunt. I forgot her voice. Likely left posted in the far corner on the quest board for a considerable time. Details unclear. Reliability unclear. Possible bait, add, disguised as a quest. Let's look for something else. I'm gonna grab that. We went through every quest on the board, but we didn't find a single decent quest after all. Also, weirdly enough, quest is not the same as a. Actually, technically, is a request. So technically, it does fit. That was weird. Calling a hiring a request. Anyways, at this rate, our only option is to work off the debt through unpaid labor. As we trudged along, wondering how we'll ever pay the enormous bill. Please help me. We get an actual character? Oh my god, it actually is a character. A fragile-looking girl was being chased by a group of rough-looking men. Stop right there! They actually are pirates. Oh, they actually gave pirate looks. One of the pirates swinging her. Oh wait. One of the pirates chasing her swung his blade. It missed her by a hair. Please save me. If she's ever been a second slower, she could have gotten seriously hurt. Captain. Yeah, let's help her. We rushed in and blocked the girl's pursuers before things got any worse. Hey, what are you guys doing? That's dangerous. Can't you see she's terrified? Multiple armed suspects threatening a single target. Clear action of intimidation. Requesting you put away your weapons and withdraw. What are these punks babbling about? Get out of the way! Hey, don't get so worked up. Looks like those amateurs want to play heroes and end up crying their eyes out. No need for long speech. Let's teach them a lesson. We'll make sure you'll never forget just how terrifying the Flora pirates are. I'm gonna have fun with this. Ooh, a swashbuckler. What is this thing? Aqua ball. Bomb marks the target of the ball. Okay, so Smile is your target. Like, I feel like we're not gonna do any damage here. Nope. Wow, they were really weak. The Luna fans definitely went crazy. Ah, damn it. These punks are stronger than we thought. Let's fall back for now. We don't have the numbers for this. I forgot his voice. The pirates chasing the girl quickly turned tail. Even so, the tension showed no sign of leaving her face. Her hands were trembling like leaves, so I approached to calm her down. Are you alright? Please don't come any closer. Huh? Ah, we just saved you. Yeah, we just saved you, and that's how you treat us? Come on, miss. Do we really look like bad guys to you? Those scary looking pirates. Judging by Luna's alone, her caution is understandable. But what's that supposed to mean? Sorry for scaring you. The girl continued to eye us wavery, showing no sign of letting her guard down. The captain's statement is correct. We are not bad people. Captain? Ever heard of the Voyager Savior Party? Wait, then you must be. Now you recognize, eh? Yours truly is Luna's Star's greatest oracle, inheritor of the Moon Staff, and proud member of the Voyager Savior Party. You know about the Voyager Savior Party? Yes. Well, I heard that the Voyager Savior Party carried on the name of the Savior Party once led by the StarSavior, and that its leader is the Journey Captain, personally appointed by Lady Alicia to oversee the long-standing tradition of the journey. Aha! I was just throwing that out there. Yes, we're more famous than I thought. Usher might have been happy to hear that. Yeah. Since I was confined at home, all I could do was read whatever I could get my hands on. And you can't study Flora's founder, the Pirate King, without coming across stories from the Age of Darkness. And in any case, I'm so relieved you aren't after the map. Nope. The girl sighs in relief, then seems to grow dizzy, staggered, and collapse. Hey, stay with me! Even as she lay unconscious, the girl clenched an old piece of parchment, like she never let it go. Link detected. Luna. Captain, Luna. Oh, looks like she's coming around. Where am I? You passed out for a moment. Are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I think I just collapsed once I relaxed. The girl kept coughing as she rummaged through the pouch at her wrist and pulled out a package of medicine. The girl shook some pills from the put the packet into her palm and swallowed them dry, as if it was second nature. Soon, her coughing stopped. I'm feeling a little better now. I'm sorry. As the curse grew stronger, I started to lose conscience like this. A curse? What do you mean? Well, I should introduce myself first. It's a little late, but let me do it properly. My name is Ailey. I am the eldest daughter of the Florient family. Our family dates back to the founding of Flora. They say our ancestors were proud followers of the legendary pirate known as the Pirate King, who founded Flora. Oh, that's amazing! So your ancestors were pirates? Yes. Our family has an heirloom passed down through generation known as the Pirate King's treasure map. Eileen showed us the old map she's been clutching. Pirate King's treasure map, the one from the quest board. Oh, sorry, okay. Well, you said it was probably some bait in disguise as some bait ad disguised as a quest. Poke. Ow, stop. Ow, stop poking me. My nose. Oh, you saw it too. Did you post that quest, Eileen? Yes, that's right. They said this treasure map is an heirloom of the Pirate King entrusted to our ancestor, one of his loyal followers. Just an old story that no one else knows how long it's been in our family's possession. Long enough that even these treasured heirlooms eventually fade from memory. Wow, I didn't know our house had a place like this. Oh, maybe there's still some things here that belongs to the Pirate King. When I was little, I admired the Pirate King. They could have just left it at Eileen. The Pirate King, so I was obsessed with searching the mansion for any trace of him. Huh? What's this box? Tucked away in the farthest corner of the dark storage room. Inside the oldest box was an ornate sealed case. It showed signs of once being sealed with several locks and magical wards. Perhaps because so much time has passed, the lock had corroded and crumbled, and the writing on the magical seals had faded. In the end, I was just a fearless child, and I opened the box. Inside, I found this map. The moment I excitedly broke the wax seal bearing the Pirate King seal, a bright light burst from the unfolding map and began to envelop me. Dad, please help me. And that was when the Pirate King's curse took hold of me. For the first few days, I was so ill I could barely open my eyes. I came close to death several times, and even the best doctors my parents called in couldn't determine the cause. I told my parents that I unsealed the treasure map, and they began looking into the relic from then on. So much time has passed that it had faded into a forgotten legend, even within our own family. After asking around, they eventually found a pirate who knew the story behind the treasure map. The Pirate King. I'm not going to read the voice on that. The Pirate King's buried all his treasures somewhere in Flora and left behind a map to its location. To prevent anyone from finding it, he placed a curse on the map seal that would slowly drain the life of whoever broke it. To lift the Pirate King's curse, one must find the treasure he left behind and follow the curse-breaking instructions hidden inside. So that's why you're still here. Yes, it gets worse with every passing year. Possibility of an illness or viral infection rather than a curse. Neither my parents nor I believed the old legend about a curse right away. But eventually, after I was examined by doctors all across Flora and even Nora, none of them could find the cause of my illness. In the end, my mother and father decided to search for the Pirate King's treasure and left home. By the time I recovered enough to be up and about again, all I could do was sit by the window and stare outside for hours. I kept hoping for my mother and father would come back someday, smiling brightly with a way to break the curse. Man, you are getting so much love right now. But no matter how much time passed, they never came back. When I found she couldn't bear it anymore, I stepped outside my room. I overheard the servants talking. These are not servants. They said my parents' ship has been wrecked while they were on their way to search for clues to the treasure. In the end, something terrible happened to them because of me. I could clearly picture Isla. I can clearly picture Isla, so young and fragile, weighed down by a mysterious curse and devastating news of her parents' fate. For a while, I was lost in guilt and grief. Just like before, I didn't set foot outside my room. I kept every window shut. For days, I skipped meals and cried myself to sleep from exhaustion. But one day, I went to close a window that had been left open, and the view outside caught my eye. It was nothing special, but I found myself thinking, maybe I wanted to keep living after all. Maybe I wanted to keep living after all. So I posted a request at Candle Square looking for someone to accompany me on the journey. I'm physically weak, and this would be my first journey. My first adventure. I thought it would help to have someone by my side to guide me. Then those pirates they call themselves successors to the legendary Pirate King. Almost no one believed the story about the legendary treasure map I mentioned in my quest posting, but ironically, those pirates did. They became pirates because they idolized the legendary Pirate King. They're chasing me, saying the treasure should be theirs. That doesn't make any sense. Isla sat up resultantly and gave us an awkward smile. So I would like to formally request the Forager Savior Party's help. I'll do everything I can to avoid being a burden, so please help me find the Pirate King's treasure that can break my curse. I'm sure those pirates won't give up easily. Can't let them take the map without even putting up a fight. If I let them win that easily, I couldn't never face my parents after everything they did for me. So please. After hearing Isla's heartbreaking story, I wanted to accept her request without a second thought. But a treasure hunt. Even with a map, the target is an object hidden by pirates in the distant past. How long this quest may continue unknown? Could Luna use her astrology to find it? Come to think of it, Luna, you said you were the Love Star's greatest oracle and inheritor of the Moonstaff, right? Then I need your help with all the more. If you can't accept the quest, maybe you could do a reading to find the treasure's location, or at least tell me whether I can break this curse at all. Please, I'm begging you. You mean you want a reading right now? Warning: unreliable prophecies. Recommend not trusting it blindly. Hey, enough with the unreliable stuff. Please, I'm begging you. Wait, right, fee. I can't do a reading for fee. My fee is pretty steep, you know. I'll pay whatever you want. You ask. Damn, she just brought all this money. Will this be enough? Seriously? Yes, seriously. Yes, of course. My financial problems solve this easily. Listen. You seem pretty desperate, so I can do a reading for you. But this isn't just for fun. I mean, peeking into fate itself. If you take it lightly, you might not like how things turn out. Yes, I'm prepared. I'm not asking this lightly either. Alright, then sit back for a moment. Luna stood before Isla, closed her eyes, and took a deep breath. What the? Huh? What's wrong, Luna? That was her journey, wasn't it? Luna! Captain. It's nothing. Maybe I'm just feeling a little off. Sorry, I guess I'm not in a great shape right now. I don't know why, but I just can't seem to get a reading. Not working. Then does that mean you can't see my future? Yeah, sorry. Here, take your money back. Luna, giving back money? Luna? Luna's complexity appears poor. Luna. Sorry. Captain, I'm really not feeling well. Can I head back first? Luna. I will help Luna back. Captain, stay and talk with Isla. Well, immediately helped the dazed Luna to her feet and headed back. Sorry about the quest. I'll talk it over with the others. Thank you. On the way back to our lodging, I glanced back and saw Isla gazing sadly out at the distant sea. Recruiting mates. The light hit first. The summer sun hammering straight down overhead, and then the ground gives, sand constantly catching in the bristle of my broom. Beyond that, flash. I can't take this anymore. The heat is too intense. Flop. Luna drew her rag down and sprawled out on the pool tiles. Luna dropped her broom and flopped down beside her. But if we don't keep working like this, we'll never be able to pay back what we owe. Luna, maybe we should reconsider Isla's quest. Never mind. Still unable to decide whether to accept Isla's quest, we took the best paying odd job we could find, cleaning a pool. But at this rate, how long will it take to pay back everything we owe? As the gruesome work and the intense heat rising from the tiles began to wear us down. You three over there! It's not even break time and you're lying around in the middle of the pool? I trusted you with this because you're the journey captain, but there's no way to work. We're sorry. Switching back to cleaning mode. Must remove stain from the tiles and sand washed into the pool within the lock time. Lock time. Luna? Oh, right. Time. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Time to get back to work. Yeah. Luna finally snapped out of her thoughts, got up, and went to scrub away the mysterious stain on the tiles. Left there alone, Smile and I could only exchange puzzled looks. Luna is acting strange. Luna just said she should get back to work, a statement she would normally never make. A short distance away, Luna silently scrubbed at the stain, looking lost in thought. Finally, break time. The legally guaranteed right for every worker to flop down and rest. Unlike Smile, who had collapsed face down on a lounge chair, Luna walked over to me with a serious look. Captain, if you don't mind, can we talk for a second? What is it? You sure you're turning down that girl's quest, right? Oh, why do you ask? Was the future you saw that bad? Just how bad was it? Well, the future I saw for her was... I mean, what I saw was... Why are you dragging this out so much? How do I put this simply? Let's just say it was one terrible omen after another, like a really bad future just waiting for her. Are you sure you didn't misread it? I was hoping I got it wrong too, so I checked over and over, but no doubt about it, this quest is bound to fail. I'm not kidding. Even so, Captain, you still want to accept the quest. I feel bad for her, but there has to be other people. There has to be other people who can help her search for the treasure, right? But still, the look in Isla's eyes as she desperately asked for help stayed with me. I kept thinking about how Isla must have felt enduring that pain alone in her room for so long. If you're asking what I want to do, I want to accept it. I figured you'd say that, Captain. Captain, you don't believe my prophecy? No, I don't believe it. I was thinking that if the prophecy showed us failing, maybe we could use what it showed us to avoid that outcoming. Captain, the future I saw doesn't work like that. It's a fixed future that's already been set in stone. No matter how hard you try to avoid it, run from it, or break free, it's like a board game with the worst rule imaginable. No matter what you do, you always end up exactly where you're destined to be. No matter how many times we roll the dice, trying to escape, the space we will end up has already been decided. So instead, Luna, you didn't come back, so I came to look for you. Oh, Smile, you're here too. I unintentionally overheard your conversation with the captain. What do you think, Cap? What do you think, Smiles? Come to think of it, you're the same way, Smiles. Legends about the Pirate King, hidden treasure, curses, fixed futures, fate, and all that stuff, and all that. You normally dismiss all of that as unscientific superstitions, wouldn't you? Affirmative. I do not believe every claim regarding the client's alleged curse and the Pirate King's treasure to be true. Right. Then why don't we just make some excuse and turn her down? However, I also want to accept the quest. Huh? Why? I told you, this quest is guaranteed to fail. Even if we help, it won't mean anything. First, from a scientific perspective, I rejected Luna's concept of a predetermined fate and a fixed future. Recommended the latest paper stated that the world remains a distribution of possibility until observation fixes the outcome. This is exactly why I just can't get along with science nerds. Second, this is clearly an irrational and emotional desire. Even so, an emotional impulse to help has arisen, impossible to ignore. I used to be the same. Before I met the captain, Alicia, and Luna, I thought it was my fault. My sister disappeared. Because I could not find a way to smile. Guess I could not help my sister. Which is kind of interesting to the fact you don't know how to smile, but you know how to frown. Like, that shows more emotions than a lot of things. I thought my sister had become disappointed in me and left for somewhere far away. But now things are different. Now I search for my sister by choice, not out of guilt. The client is like I used to be. She thinks everything is her fault. So this time, it's my turn to help. Just as the captain, Alicia and Luna helped me. Oh, Miles. Perhaps, as Luna said, we might not be able to complete the quest, but I do not think that makes it meaningless. Captain will help too. Reinsurance increased. I'm telling you, this isn't something even the captain can fix in a snap. Just because the captain is here doesn't mean we can change the future. I've changed the future many times with you. They did reuse it. Clever. No, wait. Maybe? No. I can't start thinking in maybes now. Sometimes the maybes are necessary to continue the certainty. There you are. Now she's here too. How did she even find us? I couldn't just let you and the rest of the StarSavior party leave like that, so I went looking for you. Maybe this is the chance of a lifetime for me. Maybe even my last one. And I thought, I might let another huge chance slip away because I couldn't make up my mind. Hold on, I think you got the wrong idea. We're not as big a deal as you think we seem to think. Fine, I'll be honest. I didn't see a single future where this quest succeeded. So all that stuff about this being a once-in-a-lifetime chance, it's just your imagination. Just your imagination. I see. So this time, too, a bad outcome is already set in stone. Yeah, so don't expect to find the treasure just because you're with us. When I first fell under curse, my fever was so high I could barely open my eyes. Doctors who examined me told my parents your child may not make it through the. I feel like I should do this in the voice of it. Your child may not make it through the night, so prepare for the worst. But I made it through that night, just barely, of course. Even after I got a little better, I was still in so much pain I could barely open my eyes. And the doctor said that I wouldn't make it through the week. When I made it past 2 weeks, they gave me a month, and when I passed 3 months, they gave me a year. This is like so many moments of those. It's hurting. And this time, I definitely wouldn't make it to adulthood. Isla. Not once in my life have I ever been promised a good future. But I'm still alive, aren't I? Luna. After all, I still want to accept Isla's quest. Yeah, I want us to accept her quest too. I guess I have no choice. Fine then. If that's how everyone feels, let's give it a shot. But you shouldn't get your hopes up too much. The higher your hopes, the greater the disappointment. Yes, I know. Even so, I still want you to come with me, because I'm prepared for whatever happens. I promise I won't be a burden, so... Did she help us fight, or is it just gonna be a 3-man fight? Fine, I get it. Why am I surrounded by so many idiots? So, we're taking the quest, then. Yes, I mean, it's not like we'll still turn it back no matter what I say anyways. Excellent choice. Can say so with certainty. Yes, thank you. I'll do my best. Isla beamed, took Smile's hand, and started bouncing up and down like a child. What's there to be so happy about? Short warning. Dun dun dun. After accepting Isla's quest, we wasted no time setting off in search for the Pirate King's treasure. I feel like just calling the One Piece. So, there's really treasure in a place like this? Affirmative. The location indicated on the map is... Smile had dragged us here, saying she knew exactly where it was the moment she heard the news. Now she looked proud of herself. The ship graveyard. Why though? The treasure map includes an uncleared map and 2 written clues. Two written clues. The first is the ship's final resting place. It says to dig underneath the stone marked with a moon. Yes, and the second says, even if the end is already decided, seek the new path that had only been opened by those who chose to press onward. So it's supposed to fail, but that means that's how you push forward. So it's just okay. That just hints away to the end of the storyline. That's what it says. Ah, I get it. So the ship graveyard is the ship's final resting spot. Simple, intuitive logic. Even Luna could understand it. Then what about the second phase? That is impossible to determine for now. However, if we find a stone marked with a moon and dig beneath it, the answer may become clear. I see. I understand now. Then I'll start looking right away. The sun blazed overhead. It's too hot. You kids holding up? Luna straightened up after searching between the steel structure and wiped away her sweat. Even with sandals on, the heat from the sun-baked ground is coming straight through. Damn. Since then, we had spent hours combing through the area, but finding a single stone under Flora's blazing sun was no easy task, and we were making little progress. Flora's average temperature is indeed... Oh, wait. Flora's average temperature is indeed significantly higher than Nora's. Possible to infer the origins of Flora's customs of napping at noon. Yes, I suppose it's because the sun is too strong for people to be active outdoors during the day. So we're searching every inch of this place while everyone else is napping. Maybe cleaning the pool would have been way better. Doubtfully, Isla's can withstand this heat in her current condition, and I may not be able to either. Alright, I can keep going. I won't fall behind, so please don't worry about me. Isla said, her pale face, parched lips trembling. Her cold sweat and porcelain face made it clear that, despite her words, her body was reaching its limits. Let's take a short break and keep looking. Isla, you shouldn't push yourself too hard. Let's take a short break and keep looking. I'm not pushing myself. I'm really fine. Besides, if we delay any longer, the pirates might catch up to us. As if to prove her point, Isla deliberately took a firm step forward. Whiff? Wait. Isla, I'm sorry. I just let myself relax for a moment. I can walk properly now. Isla, you're pushing yourself too hard. Maya stopped Isla as she tried to go on ahead. Isla's face had grown far paler than before. Proper rest is also necessary to keep moving forward. Just then, Isla tried to force herself to take another step and broke into a violent coughing fit. Isla, there's blood. Hey, sickly miss, how about we head to the beach first and wash that blood off your hand? But if we delay any further, the pirates might... Forcing yourself to keep going without rest will only slow us down. Yep. So quit being stubborn and take a short break first, okay? We'll figure out the rest later. Are you alright? Are you okay? Yes, I took my medicine and the coughing has stopped, so I should feel better soon. Thank you for asking. Good. Then we can rest here for a bit before we head out again, right? But it's alright. But is it really alright for us to rest like this? You hesitate to accept my quest in the first place because you were worried it might take too long. If things end up taking longer because of me... Bonk. Ow. You got way too much going on in that tiny little head of yours. Listen, sickly missy, I just snuck a peek at the future. My foresight says taking a little break here is the only way we can avoid the crisis ahead. That's so? Yep, so whether you like it or not, we have no choice but to rest here for a bit. If you really can't stand sitting still, I know. Those seashells that float up on the surface, you'll be better off collecting those. Seashells? Yep, that's a pretty good chance some of them might be magic sea cells. Well, magic sea cells are nothing more than unscientific, irrational superstitions. Silly, something adults made up to. I can't say this word. My brain just shut off. My brain just. It was placate. Okay. To placate children. Is that so? Is that right? Is that right? We'll see about that. Just you wait. A blue seashell will float up to the surface any minute now. Still unconvinced, Smile and Isla began staring hard at the sea. And just as Luna said, a blue seashell soon floated up to the surface out in the middle of the sea. You were right. You were right. Looks like she was telling the truth this time. Well, if we keep waiting, does that mean more sea cells will float? One of them might be a magic sea cell, right? Given the odds, we can't ignore that sea cell either. That sea cell either. Collecting them as they float up to the surface is rational. Alright, then I'll pick up any I see. Oh, she also had really tired eyes here too, you could when she smiled. Looking excited, Isla and Smile waded into the water and focused on collecting the sea cells as they surfaced one by one. Watching them, Luna finally seemed to relax, letting out a relief sigh as she sunk into the sand. Yeah, getting that stubborn girl to take a break wore me out. Let's sit here and take a breather too, Captain. So that magic seashell story was a lie? Hard to say. I wouldn't call it a complete lie. It really did see the future, and in that future, those two were in the water picking up sea cells. Of course, there's no way to confirm whether any of them were actual magic sea cells, though. Maybe it was Luna's own way of getting Isla to rest. So it was a white lie. A white lie. Huh. I don't know about that. I was... Okay, little missy. It was for more selfish reason. It was for more of a selfish reason than that. It's not exactly easy watching someone keep pushing towards a guaranteed future either, or guaranteed fail either. Apparently, the future she had saw for Isla was still waiting on her. The future you saw for Isla. What exactly did it look like? Just like I said. I mean, I don't know what it is. You just say it's gonna be a failure, but what technically is considered a failure? She dies. She doesn't find the treasure. Someone else takes the treasure from her. What is considered a failure for you? You know. You will look towards Isla, who was happily picking up seashells in the sea. In the water. She saw Isla slender back in silence for a while. Then quickly changed her expression, turning to me with a smile. So, if we're destined to fail in the end, shouldn't we at least enjoy moments like this while we can? I looked at Luna, smiling as casually as ever. I didn't know exactly what future Luna had seen, but if I believe our adventures was heading towards a future where failure was already decided, the moment I accepted that, I'll lose any reason to keep forward. We can still keep fighting to find a way that doesn't end in failure. Whoa, Captain, that's surprisingly idyllic of you. What is that smell? You're back. I went through a phase like that too, back when I still hope a future I had seen might change. I kind of miss how innocent I was back then. Then, as if she was really reminiscing, she tilted her head back and looked up at the sky. Now that I said it out loud, taking this quest is starting to feel it's like a pretty foolish choice. Hearing her say that, knowing how many unchanged futures and failures she might have witnessed, I began to worry that the future she's seen for Isla might end up in something worse than the quest failing. But just then, wow, Smiles! Wow, Smiles! There's another blue seashell floating over there. I cannot ignore this one either. Collecting them is rational. Alright, then I'll pick it up. I got it, so I can. With Smiles' approval, Isla made her way towards the blue seashells bobbing out of the water. Hey. Smiles, I got it. Huh? Isla grabbed the seashells and tried to lift it up, only to stop short. Something wrong, Smiles? I'm Isla. Well, why won't this come loose? Hmm? I will assist. There's no one else talking and I had my chat open, so yes, I have it talking, but I'm also recording, so shut up. Pop. As Isla strained until her face turned red, Smiles joined in, and the shell finally popped free. Ew, we did it! That took so much effort. Maybe this really is a magic seashell, don't you think? Too early to be certain. Several possible causes: a difference between internal and atmospheric pressure, or coral stagnant beneath the surface. But it could still be a magical seashell. So I'll keep it in my pocket for now. It was just as Smile reached out to take the seashell from Isla. Suddenly a huge wave crashed over Smile and Isla. Drenched in seawater. By the way, Smile and Isla came up splattering. And before their eyes, a white, soft-looking, round object slowly began rising to the surface. Huh? Like the hidden massive beneath the tip of an iceberg, a massive sharp shape rose from beneath the surface and cast a shadow over them. Once the enormous unidentified object fully surfaced, it slowly turned until its black eyes were fixed on Smile and Isla. Do sharks even growl? Oh. The creature let out a slowly growl, reaching out with its stubby arms, took the seashell from Isla's hand and set it back on its belly. That's the seashell that you guys pulled off of the belly of a giant shark. How did you not notice how ginormous it was? Its eyes crackled in satisfaction, then widened again as it glared at Isla. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize it was yours. After shooting Isla a hefty, sidelong glance, I don't know, I said glance, it turned away as it lost interest and slowly moved off. Take care. That was close. Yes, that was quite a scare. I'm soaked from head to toe. Yeah, and also soaked through. Is the map okay? Oh. Paper tears easily when wet. Concerned about the map's condition after submersion. Oh, the map? Smiling, Isla took out the map she had been clenching to her chest. Despite Smile's concern, the map was dry and crisp, without a single wet spot. How's that possible? Maybe this map doesn't get wet because the curse was sealed within it. Oh, hi there, shark. Huh? You're back. The creature that had been moved aside was suddenly back at Isla's side, eyes wide. Eyes fixed on the map in Isla's hands. It slowly circled the two of them. Why am I reading like this? I don't know, but it's very funny. What does the shark make? I don't know. What's wrong? Just making noises. Suddenly, it burst from the sea and lunged at Isla, jaws wide open. Isla! It all happened so fast. Sorry. It all happened so fast. I sprung to my feet on instinct, but before I knew, I was too late. Isla, that was close. Thank goodness Smile was nearby. Smile had swiftly jammed Happy End into the creature's mouth and stepped in front of Isla. Step back. Crunch. Smile. Extremely sharp teeth. Based on biting force and tooth structure. Undoubtedly a shark. A coastal apex predator. I have to say growl. As soon as Smile finished speaking, the shark roared and chomped down harder. Thanks to Smile's quick action, neither of them were hurt, but its terrifying bite looked strong enough to chew through steel and split Happy End's surface at any moment. I feel like the word should have been can, and can split at any moment. Smile! Oh. Smiles! Isla! Smiles! Isla! There it is. Luna, stay here! But she's the tank of the world! Of the storyline! I sprinted towards the two of them, who were still in the water. Captain! Oh, fuck. Now, listen here, little missy. I have to do that line a lot. Or sickly missy. Listen here, sickly missy. Captain, what are you doing? As I got closer, the shark's massive body filled my vision, making its size feel all too real. Smile! I added my strength to Smiles, pushing Happy End towards the shark. It's gaping maul, and rows of fierce, razor-sharp teeth came into clear focus. As its franchising roar grew louder, a chill ran down my spine. Wait, that can't be right. I heard Luna mutter in shock from the beach. But the shark that inhabits Flora's coast should be non-aggressive towards humans. New species detected. Exhibiting traits inconsistent with known sharks. I heard the confusions in Smile's voice. Traits of sharks. Come to think of it, I suddenly remember hearing somewhere that a shark's weak point is its nose. If one hits it hard enough without hesitation, create an opening and get away. Smiles, Isla, run! Fuck it in the face! I was gonna see if you want to surprise, but it seems like you got recording. Yes, but I'll join you afterwards. The shark took the hit to the nose, toppling backwards. It's already on his back, isn't it? Toppling backwards and set up a huge splash. Damn, we were strong enough to do that. Seizing the opportunity, I grabbed their hands and bolted out of the water. By the time my feet hit the hot, dry sand again, I don't know why I said that with lengthiness, I regained enough composure to take stock of the situation. Captain, Smiles, Isla, are you okay? Are you all okay? Close call, but unharmed. Though it's true, sharks hostile to humans do exist along Flora's coast. Yes, thanks to you, Captain. It kind of looks like it's glaring at us. It can't come out of the water, can it? Even if it glares, what's it gonna do? It's not like it can come out of the water. Why would you say? Flow, flow, flow. Oh shit. Whoa. Wow. What is that thing? Sharks are aquatic organisms. Cannot survive out of water. But the sharks seem furious, glaring at us. Oh, back to Bruce Force. Glaring at us as if it awkwardly scooted across the sand on its back. A miracle occurred. That can't be. Now's not the time for that. Run! This was a fun storyline. The shark seems to be getting the hang of moving on sand, chasing after us by working its tail fin as if it was swimming. Run! Huh? It's not as fast as I expected, huh? Maybe it's because it's out of water? As Luna said, out of the water, and the shark's massive weight seemed to make gravity hit it specifically hard. It could chase us very quickly. Good thing they debunked that moment very quickly. In fact, we could even back away at a leisurely pace. Every time the shark struggled forward, its white belly pointed towards the sky, giggling. Smiles observed the sight with obvious fascination. Aggressiveness towards humans, incapability of breathing and moving on land, and possesses considerably greater mass than an ordinary shark. Conclusion: specimen presumed to belong to a new unidentified shark species. Based on weight, size, and confirmed ability to survive on land, pending official classifications, provisional designation, pig shark. Smiles, that's so mean. Yeah, now that you mention it, I did think its low arms look shorter than an ordinary shark. Perhaps that's it, because it's a pig shark. Wait a second. I think the shark is getting riled up. Hold on. Would you two cut that out, pig shark? At least Luna seemed really ready to say something. At last, Luna seemed ready to say something mature, giving them a stern look as she stepped in. Oh no. Character, why are you stupid? Yeah, exactly. If you tease it by calling it a pig, going by Smile's explanation, it's a shark in the ocean, but on land it's a pig, right? Then shouldn't we call it what it is, a pig? And this is why Luna, and he literally just renamed himself to Pig. Oh man, shark, pig, shark, key. Oh shit. I'll apologize for them, so please don't. Run! Oh, my throat hurts from that scream. Hold up, I need a drink. The furious pig shark thrashes its way across the sand at full speed, hot on our heels. Oh! Why is that thing so fast? Technically, pigs aren't as slow as people think. Confirmed, the shark truly possesses the traits of a pig. This isn't the time to analyze that! With the pig shark charging after us, jaws wide, we had to sprint to stay ahead of it. Isla! The pig shark was so fast that it quickly closed in on Isla, who had fallen behind, until it was almost within reach. Desperate to do something, I quickly scanned the area and spotted the she cell Smile's pocket. I quickly snatched the seashell from Smile's pocket and threw it the other way. Burger! The pig shark had closed in on Isla with its jaws wide open, but instantly whipped its head towards the flying seashell. Then it charged off in the opposite direction, even faster than than it had been chasing us. You saved us, Captain. How'd you do that? If it's a pig, I figured there was no way a pig would turn down a burger. Oh, he meant physical. He meant like the human pig. Oh. Pig would not go after a burger naturally, but well, I mean, I don't know. To be honest, pigs' instincts are to eat foods are kind of weird for me. I don't really understand. Possibly a pig in shark form. Further research required. Where are we now? Where even are we? Yeah. Even after the pig shark disappeared into the distance, we dragged our shaking legs onwards for quite a while, just to be safe. The pig shark was not our only worry. The pirates, after Isla's map, would catch up to us at any moment. We kept walking aimlessly, losing track of time until we realized the sun had already set. Exhausted, we decided to find somewhere to lie down and get some water and get some rest. Oh, my nose. It really doesn't help us. I feel weird. Like my nose has been more stuffy than usual. Isla was worried the pirates might catch up while we rested, but with not a single streetlight around, pushing on through the darkness could easily get us lost. And before long, Captain, over there, this way. I forgot her voice. Luna had found a cave concealed by a thick brush along the concealed stretch of the ocean. Hey, they changed this thing to be blue instead of orange and green. The far end of the cave opened onto the sea, but it still offered enough shelter from the sea breeze and morning dew to spend the night comfortably. A cave this included should be hard for the pirates to find. As expected, Luna had plenty of experience sleeping outside. Delta selection expertise confirmed. Right. Alright everyone, just pretend you're at home. Lie down and get some rest. You've got another long day ahead. With that, we settled down for the night, using the rough stone floor as our bed. Everyone, thank you for coming with me. You're simply carrying out the quest. No need to thank us so much. But enough of that. Better to get to bed early, so you kids get some rest. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy too. I see. Alright. I'll get some sleep then. And good night. Smiles and Isla, drowsy voice gradually drifted away. As my eyes adjusted to the darkness, I could make out their peaceful sleeping faces. Faint moonlight spilled through the open mouth of the cave, and I felt the cool, damp sea breeze dripping of summer insects and waves breaking in the night, began to draw my weary body to sleep. Captain, are you asleep? I really do want to give her the most annoying voice, but at real cases, like when she's serious like this, I can't. Luna's barely audible voice seeped through the haze of my fading consciousness. And I barely managed to work my throat, producing only a faint husk sound. I see. Maybe she was still sorting through her thoughts as her silence stretched out. Only the gentle rhythm of the waves filled the cave. The steady rhythm of the waves made my eyelids grow heavy against my will. You know, after Isla picked up that she sail earlier, we were supposed to spend some time relaxing on the beach, then find somewhere nearby to stay for the night. That was how things were fated to go. But then some weird shark came out of nowhere and attacked us, and now we're spending the night in this cave we were never supposed to end up in, right? Of course, maybe it was just a one in a million exception, but still, Captain, am I being stupid again? But seeing her try that hard made me want me to believe. And this time, you're here too, Captain. So maybe... The cave held the damp, cool sea breeze, the gentle sound of waves, and the chirping of insects. Yeah, maybe. And judging by the tossing and turning, Luna didn't seem to sleep much that night. He's beginning to believe! Grave Island. How much more freaking reading do I got? Captain, wake up. The sun is already high. Captain, Luna, you and Luna both like to sleep in, don't you? Wow. Oh, smiles, Hyla. Seeing the two of them the moment I opened my eyes, I forced my stiff body upright and tried to shake off my grogginess. Huh? Luna must have gotten cold overnight. Her body curled around my arm. She got pulled upright with me as I sat up. Luna, time to get up. 5 more minutes. Forget 5 more minutes. Luna clinged to my arm like a barnacle without even opening her eyes. So I shook my arm hard to wake her up. Get up already! Don't shake me. You're way too rough first thing in the morning. Luna, unsightly. Get up. Luna, it's morning. No way it's morning already. I need more sleep. Rubbing her puffy eyes, Luna peeled herself off my arm and reached for the ground. Huh? No way, she just... Yeah, it's morning. I'm wide awake now. Luna! No, that's not what happened, Captain. I just thought that hard thing was the ground, so I... Enough already. You two are so close. Jeez, how many times? Okay. So that's a main storyline touch, by the way. The only person so far that has done a touch in the full-on full-on storyline has been Luna. Damn, Austria, you're gonna get freaking jealous later about this. Yes. Why can't we find anything? We need to find it before the pirates or that weird pig shark catch up to us. We returned to the ship graveyard and spent hours searching for the stone marked with a moon, but it was all for nothing. Exactly what type of moon design is it? The crescent moon, full moon, half moon? Like, they didn't really say what it was. Just wandering under the blazing sun without any real rest was exhausting enough. On top of that, the constant fear that the pirates or the pig shark could catch up at any moment was weighing down even faster. Enough! I can't keep looking. I can't believe we're stuck searching for some rock that might not even exist! I strained my voice by doing that one. No sign of it anywhere. Flop. After crawling across the beach looking for the stone, Luna finally flops face down. Completely spent. At this rate, I might get heat stroke. I scream. Smiles collapse besides Luna. With the sun blazing overhead, scorching sand underfoot, and not a bite to eat, we spent hours searching for the stone marked with a moon. No wonder we were on the verge of heat stroke. That's strange. I'm sure we searched everywhere, but still can't find it. I sat down beside them, unfolded the map again. Maybe we're supposed to factor in the second line too, Smiles? Smiles? You know, the other clue from yesterday, something like when you think it's over, that's when a new beginning starts. Incorrect, but somehow still makes sense. Even if the end is already decided. Seek the new path that can only be opened by those who chose to push onward. Original wording. New path. If we're supposed to follow the second clue, maybe we need to head in a direction we never thought of as a path before? So, maybe, With that, we all put our heads together and started thinking. Growl. I'm too hungry to think. Read. Internal energy efficiency decline. Immediate food procurement required. Hustled. A small sound nearby made Isla physically flinch, and she quickly got to her feet. Don't tell me the pirates are here. Already. What brings outsiders all the way out here? But despite her alarm, the man who appeared was an old man with a fishing rod. I'm finally feeling alive again. Thanks for the food. Thanks for the meal. There's his voice. Thank you for treating us to a meal. We really appreciate it. Oh, don't mention it. My days are usually pretty quiet, so I'm glad to have met so many guests. After I retired as a sailor, I built this cabin out here and had been living on my own. When I was younger, I used to go sailing whenever I got bored. These days, even that is too much, so I mostly just fish. You used to sail? Then you got a boat too, right? Sure do. I haven't used it in ages, so it's sitting over at the ship graveyard nearby. Still, back in my day. Thanks to Luna's usual easygoing charm, conversation flowed unstopped around the table. Thank you for the meal. After quietly thanking the old man, Isla rose from her seat and came over to me. Then, Captain, now that I've eaten, I'll go on ahead and see if I can figure out what the new path means. Please rest for a while, then come along with Luna and Smile when you're ready. Then we'll go with you. No, it's alright. I don't want you cutting your rest short because of me. You shouldn't push yourself and end up feeling worse. So please, take your time. You're one to talk! Okay. Before I could stop her again, Isla turned and strode off with determination. Luna watched Isla with an uneasy look. Her facial expression did change. Stumbled. As Isla walked away, she tripped on a chair leg and stumbled. Luna, who had been watching her, quickly reached out to steady her. End up feeling worse? End up feeling worse. You're one to talk. Thank you, Luna. Then, as if giving in, Luna messed up her hair with both hands in frustration. Give a little hardship isn't enough to make you turn back. Guess a little hardship isn't enough to make you turn back. Fine, I get it. Also, I still can't shake the feeling that this is a really stupid idea, but when you're trying this hard, I can't exactly just look the other way. Huh? Lost in thought, Luna put on a stern look as if she made up her mind about something. So, I can't just stand by and watch anymore, so the genius oracle Luna herself is going to give you a better plan. Yes? Do you have a good idea? Of course, good ideas are my specialty. You were a sailor. Seller. Can't say the word. You were a sailor. There it is. So you know your way around maps, right? I see. The ship's final resting place. Huh. We searched all over the ship's graveyard, but couldn't find it. Oh, so that's why you were there. But when sailors talk about the ship's final resting place... Is there something else? Is there somewhere else? Old stories tell of ships followed by a strange current off Flores coast. They say there's a small deserted island surrounded by old ships. The sailors had a name for that island, rumored to be the ship's final resting place. Grave Island. Grave Island. According to an old legend, Grave Island was where the Pirate King first docked when he settled in Flora. Well, they're all just old stories. Wait. If it's an island, yes, boat required to get there. So we have no boat. Right. If it's across the water, how are we supposed to get there? If only there were a boat we could use. A boat we could use? Oh. Huh? Right. We all turned to the old man, who was still deep in thought. You mean me? Isla paid for the old man's boat, which had been sitting at the ship graveyard waiting to be scrapped. Oh, sorry, I got kicked in. Then we made our way to a nearby beach and launched it without trouble. Oh. Aside from looking a little worn in places, it's in great shape, isn't it? Yes, yes, should be seaworthy enough. Amazing, Luna. Thanks to you, we found a real path forward. Ahem. Oh, that was nothing. When it comes to the sea, ask a sailor. Calling that a lucky break. A contribution give Luna too much credit. Also, excessive bragging detected. Now reluctant to praise her. Praise her. Come on, Smiles, praise me already. Isla looked relieved as she still watched Luna and Smile bicker playfully again. Still, I'm glad. If we needed a boat to reach the island, then the pirates won't be able to follow us that easily. I mean, the pirates don't. They have their own boat. That's true. Isla, that's the one last thing to worry about. Yes, cannot do much about the pig shark, which can move on both land and water. But limiting one concern should reduce psychological burden. Maybe setting sail felt like the start of a new adventure. All three looked flushed with excitement. But then... They must have gone this way. There are footprints here. You made it pretty far. Not bad for a sicky little thing. Damn it! How far did that run with the map? I think the pirates are here. They already made it this far. What? Already? Why are they so persistent? There's a boat anchored ahead over there. Need to get off and find somewhere to hide. High risk of being spotted if we stay here. Then where do we go? A cave this concluded should be hard for pirates to find. Let's head for that cave. Tucked away on a remote stretch of the shore, hidden by brush. The cave was easy to miss unless you knew the area. We got off the boat and quickly ducked into the cave. No one is here. Those little rats must have been hiding somewhere on this boat. Search every inch. My throat is dying from that voice. As soon as we slipped into the cave, we heard the pirates board the boat, and started rummaging through it. Let's move quietly. While the pirates were busy searching the empty boat, we decided to quietly leave the cave and move somewhere else. I took the lead as we carefully moved through the cave. And where do you think you're all going? She got captured. A pirate suddenly appeared behind us, grabbing Isla and snatched the map from her hand. How did you? Any sailor worth no. Oh wait. Any sailor worth his salt knows the local terrain. If you weren't on the boat, I knew this was where you run. Let Isla go and give the map back. If we were going to hand it over so easily, we wouldn't have gone to all this trouble chasing you down, would we? But without the map, Isla broke into a violent coughing fit. Keep that up, and we all have to handle things by force again, just like last time. We've already lost to us once. High probability that we will win again. That's why you take us for idiots. Come on out, boys. I gotta get that a little more suave. The pirate swung his sword as a signal. Before we knew it, more pirates came pouring in and surrounded us. It seems we were a little outnumbered last time. Only 3-1, 3-2. So I made sure to bring plenty this time. Go on, let's see you fight your way through. I also forgot his voice. I think it was more sketchy. Oh, this time Luna, this time Smiles gets bite. Oh, cool. I didn't know that's what she does. Taking out the tank is better for us too. Yard! Did he just say yard? I still don't know how to use the ability. I actually haven't figured that out. Oh, you kidding me? Your HP? Oh. Oh, that's how you use that ability. Okay. So it's a targeting system to help lower them down. There's no really point doing that. Yard! Yard! It's just funny. Oh, it didn't target. Oh, I guess it's an ally targets it. How does this work? On attacker, if an ally excluding itself is attacked by a critical hit. Oh. Against self. Parry for 2 turns, so 100% defense down. Oh, so you're a crit chance deflector? That's weird. Set sail for treasure. I'm going to just check how much more do I have left to do. My voice is kind of dying. Oh my god, I'm not even halfway. I'm barely halfway through. And this is why you should always do these stuff days ahead. That way! Run! When one of the pirates staggered and went down, we bolted through the opening. The map. Isla! Isla rushed at the pirate to get the map back, and Luna followed after her. They broke through through over there. Everyone, no. They broke through over there. Everyone, cut them down.
You're not getting it. You're not taking it from me.
The fallen pirate clenched to the map. Beyond him, a mob of pirates came charging towards us in what felt like slow motion. Luna, Isla! Captain, where are you going? Without hesitating any longer, I turned and ran for Isla. Whoop. Then I snatched the map from the pirate and headed back and handed it to Isla. Captain? Let's go! Yes, thank you, Captain.
Give that back!
The fallen pirate threw himself at Isla, his face twisted with rage. Kick him. I stepped in front of Isla, but I was too late. The pirate's finger caught the edge of the map and ripped. The map tore clean in half.
You're not getting it.
The pirate went scowling when I shoved him back, snarling and clutching hit the torn half of the map in his fist.
Get them!
Get them! An overwhelming numbers of pirates. Too much for them to handle. For us to handle. Captain, Isla. Captain, Isla. Captain, Captain. Yeah, Captain, Isla. We really have to go now. The pirates were right on our heel. We had to move now or face the whole horde, the whole mob again. Once the fighting started, it'll be hard to keep Isla safe in the chaos. And if they took the cave entrance, we'll be trapped inside. Come on, Isla. After a brief hesitation, I grit my teeth, grabbed Isla's hand, and ran after Luna and smiled towards the exit. We barely made it into the boat ahead of the pirates and scrambled aboard.
Don't let them get away. I'll
hold them off. I couldn't say I'll hold them off because my voice kept fucking stopping. Luna smiled and Isla grabbed the line and pulled with all their might. I just warped up here. A moment later, the heavy anchor broke the surface and the boat slowly pulled away. By the time I fought off the pirates trying to climb aboard, the boat had already well cleared the shore.
You little!
The pirates, who've been watching everything from behind, grit his teeth and lashed out. What are you doing? Swim after them if you have to. Get that map! But the current out there is too strong.
Got the crap. What kind of pirate whines about a little current?
I see. If they want to go that way, fine. Forget the chase. Bring it back instead. The pirates watched our boat pull away with ominous looks. Then apparently gave up the chase, participating one by one. I need a lodging. Fuck's sake, my throat hurts. Looks like we lost them for now. As the shore receded, smiling Luna let out relieved sighs and sunk to the deck. That was close. I thought we were gonna get caught. There's someone so worried, sure took off first. I expected. No one outruns her when it's time to flee. Even as everyone else relaxed, Isla stared down at the half-torn map, unable to hide her worry. Isla, are you okay? Captain, yes, I'm fine. I'm alright, but sorry, I put everyone in danger over this map, and I still couldn't even protect it. Isla's face fell as she fiddled with the torn edge of the map. Okay, let's look on the bright side. Luna sprung to her feet and spoke up cheerfully. Sure, things aren't exactly great right now. We lost half the map, and now we don't even know which way leads to Grave Island. But even so, we're all safe, alright? That's what matters. First things first, we all need to stay safe. Then we can figure out how to reach Grave Island and find the Pirate King's treasure, right? That's what the map said. Remember, even if the end is set, don't give up. We'll find another way. Slightly misquoted, even if the end is already decided, seek the new path that can only be opened by those who choose to press forward, onward. Anyways. There we go. We got the first spot. Instead of sitting around moping, we might as well have some fun. And best of all, we're on an adventure to find the Pirate King's treasure. We're off to find the One Piece. Wrong Pirate King. Shut up. Adventure are supposed to be exciting. Whoa. Alright then, onward to Grave Island where the treasure is buried. Hard to port. Which way's port? Actually, I do know which way port now is. Are you sure? Of course. If your guts say starboard, that's fine too. So you're going on instinct, and yet you're so confident. You really are amazing, Luna. There's nothing amazing about that. But they say all the seas are connected. If we keep sailing around, we'll make it to Grave Island eventually. No plan detected. It was the same childish, utterly unplanned Luna as always, but somehow that was enough to brighten the mood a little. You really are reckless, Luna. Isla, who've been downcast even ever since losing half the map, finally brightened up too. Oh my kidney. Once we reach Grave Island, all we have to do is find the Pirate King's treasure. That'll lift the curse. That'll solve everything. Yeah, I'll try even harder. Still, I was glad to see that Luna's carefree attitude seemed to lift Isla's spirit. With some of our attention gone, we watched from the deck as the shore receded. Huh? Wait. The pirates, with little more than a speck in the distance, were still scumming around. I squinted for a better look. The pirates who had disappeared were coming back with a massive cannon. Likely a large conveyor. Caliber is estimated at 130 to 150 millimeters. Projected weights around 88 kilograms. Barrel length roughly 4 meters. This ship is unlikely to withstand a direct hit. But we're so far away. They'll never hit us. Based on that data, our ship is just within range. They just let the fuse. The sails! Hoist it! And a bot came up as soon as I said that line. I spotted the sails line scrolling across the deck. Pull! At my signal, everyone grabbed the lines and pulled together. 1, 2, Evo! Fire! A blast shocked the sea as a cannonball screamed towards our hull. Oh damn, they hit us. The impact rocked the whole ship, sending splinters flying across the deck. We took a direct hit? The impact suggests a direct hit below the wire lines. But look, I can see an island in the distance. I looked where Isla was pointing and saw a small island hanging on the horizon. Are the ships there? We pulled with everything we had, but the water was already gushing through the hole in the hole in the hole. The hole in the hull. Pool. I don't know. It's no use at this rate. Negative. It's too early to give up, Luna. There's still a way. What's the plan, Smiles? The principle is simple. Use the recoil of Happy End Summer Edition modified for underwater use to generate thrust. The design is based on a sailing ship fitted with a Magitech engine. No more questions. Seeing is believing. First, to maximize Happy with Happy from two maximized thrusts from Happy and Summer Edition, ordering Mailbot number 1 and number 2 to begin balling. Before Smile even finished speaking, 2 Mailbots I hadn't noticed sprung into actions. How do you knows them? Balling water with baskets. Then Smile hosted Happy and Summer Edition nearly as big as she was, and climbed onto the rail as the ship rocked. Smiles, that's dangerous. No problem. Smiles flashed a thumbs up, then aimed Happy and Summer Edition straight into the water, and then boom. Every time Smiles fired Happy and Summer Edition, the massive recoil shocked the entire boat. The force blast into the water converted enough directly into a thrust, sending the ship racing across the sea as if it was being forcefully shoved forward. It was being forcefully shoved forward. Distance from the current position to presumably some location of Grave Island, approximately 10 kilometers. Oh my god, that's a long way from there. Especially on a boat and a damaged boat too. Calculations complete. At this rate, at arrival at destination possibly in approximately 15 minutes. Of course, sinking rate will continue to increase over time. Still firing repeatedly from the rails, Smiles glances at the barreling meowbots scurrying around the deck as they bailed water. Isla, Luna! We had to pitch in and keep the ship afloat as long as possible. The moment I called out, we searched the deck and cabins for baskets, then joined the meowbots in bailing water. With everyone bailing, no need to worry. Happy End, Summer Edition, maximum output, engage. I need pee. You're back. Alright, back 2 minutes later. 2 hours and 40 minutes. The moment Smiles finished, the engine roared and the ship shot forward. At full power, we were closing in on the island fast. Just a little further. Crash. Huh? Just as the island finally seemed within reach, an ominous crash sent a chill down my spine. What's going on, Smiles? Error detected. Entering a zone of unexpectedly strong current. What? What does that mean? Brace for impact. We froze with our baskets in hand and stared at Smiles. Kaboom. Oh. Then the ship was caught in a violent current and began rocking out of control. Sea salt splash swept over the deck before we could react. The current was so strong we could barely stay on our feet. The splintered pieces of the hull were swept along the flooded deck by the rushing water. A massive wave capsized the badly damaged ship, throwing us all. And just like that, we sunk beneath the waves. Damn it, man, I really had to go pee just before the story ended. Adrift. Everything sounded muffled. Everything around me is chaos, but down here, quiet. I felt like just floating. It doesn't feel so bad. Maybe I could just let myself drift. Through my blurry vision, I made out the same old beach. This is a different beach. Except this one's a little different. Shoreline is littered with shattered wreckage and a bare frame of ruined ships. Stop. He's awake. Are you alright, Captain? A few hard coughs forced the seawire from my throat. When I came to, Luna stopped the chest compression and patted my back until until my coughing finally began to subside. You okay now, Captain? Yeah. Thanks, Luna. Well... Everyone's face fell. What's wrong? Captain, one piece of good news and one piece of bad news. Which do you want to hear first? Which do you want first? No, never mind that. Let's just start with the good news. Oh, she just took away our choice. Listen, Captain, listen up. The good news is, I think we finally made it to Grave Island. Really? Yes, the current was unusually rough and fast. Wrecked ships are scattered everywhere. Every detail matches the old man's description of Grave Island. If that's true, the Pirate King's treasure had to be close. I turned to Isla with a smile. We don't have a ship, do we? But Ida gave me an awkward smile. You still haven't noticed. At least you got to feel good for a moment. Think back to what we were told about Grave Island. Come to think of the old man had said, Old stories tells of the ship swallowed by a strange current off Forest coast. They say there's a small deserted island surrounded by old ships. Grave Island was supposed to be deserted. If no one lives here, even if we find the Pirate King's treasure, there's no way off this island. No! My head was spinning, stranded on a deserted island with nothing around us. The one thing we dreaded most on this voyage had happened. Is there really no way off this island? Well, while you were out, Smiler and I left you with Isla and took a look around. We were hoping to find a seaworthy ship to take us back. Yes, but we couldn't find anything seaworthy. Conclusions, no way back at present. Food, water, warmth, all basic survival needs must be handled independently. On top of that, we've just been attacked by the pig shark and the pirates, and our ship has sunk. After everything we've been through before washing up here, we were a complete mess. Now, none of us knew how we get through this. I let out a sigh of my own and took stock of the situation. But dwelling on our my brain turned off again. Predicament. But dwelling on our predicament wasn't going to change anything. Right. There has to be a bright side somewhere. Like, oh, the map you got back from me. I could have lost it in the sea, or it could have got torn even more. But look, I managed to hang on to it. Doing her best to sound upbeat, Isla reached into her clothes and took out the torn half of the map. Funnily enough, the map looks no worse than when the pirate tore in half. At least this is something to be glad about, right? We came all the way to find the Pirate King's treasure, after all. We've been through a lot, but we made it to Grave Island, the ship's final resting place. Now we just have to find the stone marked with the moon. After that, all we have to do is follow the map. It shouldn't be too hard. So let's hang on just a little longer and get through this together. Her voice trembled, but Ida was clearly trying to lift our spirits. I guess she's right. Hopping around won't change anything. It's a small island. Finding the stone marked with a moon. It should not take long. We can worry about getting off the island after we follow the map and find the treasure. All we have to do is find a way. My voice is hurting so much. Alright, I clicked it. Thanks to Isla, Luna and Smile shrugged off the gloom and found their result again. Now that the captain's up, want to go back to hunting for the Pirate King's treasure? Yeah. I can head out again right now. All right, let's head fresh and go find that treasure. We can do this. Oh. We can do it. We can do it. Let's go. Under the blazing sun, we found our resolve again. A few hours later, we find it. Too hot. Rapid fluid loss due to outdoor activity in extreme heat. Another half day without water. Difficulty, concentration. Difficulty concentrating. Headaches. Dizziness expected. Current recommendation: ice cream, also effective at lowering body temperature. Here, drink this, Smiles. Weak arm. Still seated, I dribbled coconut water into coconut water into Smiles' mouth as she lay limp at my feet. We spent hours combing the beach despite our exhaustion, but the stone marked with the moon was still nowhere to be found. Isla, your coffee's been getting worse, even with medicine. Here, have a sip. Thank you, Luna. Isla sat down beside us, reached for the coconut Luna held out. Huh? Wait, Isla, your hand. Huh? Isla, your hand. As Isla reached for the coconut, Isla grabbed her hand and froze, eyes wide. I followed Luna's gaze to Isla's fingertips. Her nails were cracked and spotted with blood, and the scraped skin around them was red and swollen. Shit. Oh, I thought the stone might be buried in sand, so I got a little carried away digging. I'm fine. You don't need to worry. It doesn't hurt at all. Like she's been caught hiding something, Pilot pulled her hand free and hid it behind her back. What do you mean you're fine? Your coughing's only gotten worse. Agreed. At this rate, you might collapse from exhaustion even sooner. Isla, I would recommend you stop pushing yourself. I know, but I'm not tired at all. For years, all I did was wonder how long I'll be stuck in my room. But now I'm outside, searching for the treasure with all of you. I never felt more alive than I do right now. Besides, thanks to all of you, I've gotten a lot better. I'll go back to looking for that stone. No, rest! So rest a little longer and tell me when you're ready. I coughed softly, smiled, and dashed back into the blazing sun. That kid is stubborn as a mule, I swear. I can't get her Valley Girl accent and keep being, like, patient, like, consistent. You know, she was pushing herself even while the rest of us were passed out. Before I even came to, I felt someone pressing down on my chest. When I finally opened my eyes, there she was. I asked what she was doing, and she said there might still be some seawater in your lungs. All while she was coughing even worse than me. Luna, so frail. She's trying so hard to break your heart, but she tries so hard. Breaks your heart. Now she's gone and giving me one more thing to worry about. Luna grumbled playfully, then broke into a smile. So we're not letting her show us up. Come on, you two. We'll have to wrestle. Keep up with her. Above Luna's radiant smile, the sun continues to blaze overhead, as if refusing to be outshone. I gathered my strength and was just getting up to resume the search when... Huh? What's wrong, Luna? What's wrong, Luna? Wait, Smiles, doesn't it look like there's something under the captain? Luna, maybe... Yes! Maybe we've been searching too much on the areas out in the blazing sun, Luna. Isla! Luna, Smiles, what is it? At Luna's call, Isla returned from where she's been digging through the sand. I recommend you stay calm and listen. We may have found the stone marked with the moon. Really? Really? But I don't see it anywhere around here. Could it be right here? Smile and Luna raised their hands and pointed in one direction. They were both pointing at me. There, right where you're sitting. I thought I saw the stone marked with the moon peeking out from underneath you. Captain, if your butt, we need to dig underneath. If that's the case, please move. No, you fucking stop. I will do the digging. Please, but wait. Dug, scrape. The three of them charged at me, shoved me aside, and began digging fiercely where I began sitting. Oh my god, this is gonna be hard to read this one. Oh, now 50 centimeters wide. Next, I'll use a nearby branch to prop open inside. Right here, just a little deeper. And so the three of them got completely carried away digging. Their three separate holes kept widening until they merged into one massive pit. Then, once the pit was nearly as deep as Smile was tall, dang, that's deep. Dang, they dug really far then. Tap. Here, there's something here. At last, deep in the pit, we found a bulging cloth pouch and a notebook whose owner was unknown. The fixed future. Be right back. I'm going to get another drink. I'm so, again, constant reading for 2 hours, nearly 2 hours, or more than 2 hours. Especially if you're not good at voice acting. Fixed future. This is... Isla pulled the notebook from the pit and opened it. This looks like a ship log. How do you know that? A ship log. Excuse me. Isla's eyes widened and she froze as she read the mysterious log. Isla, what's wrong? Well. Here it is, this voice. This handwriting. It looks like my mother's. The Pirate King spent his life roaming the seas, destined to rule them, but meeting the StarSaviors inspired him to settle on a small island and found the undersea city of Flora. Undersea? He loved Flora so deeply that he wanted it to remain a paradise free of even the slightest sorrow. So he sealed away all of Flora's remaining misfortune within a single piece of parchment. But to also prepare for the possibility that someone might accidentally break the seal one day and fall victim to the curse. On the parchment, he also marked the resting place of a treasure imbued with its blessing, one capable of breaking the curse. He then entrusted the parchment to his subordinates, Florent, warning him never to let word of it reach the outside world. Once, over the years, the truth became distorted, and rumors spread that the parchment was a map to the Pirate King's treasure. Only after reaching this island did we learn the full truth behind the rumors. Filled us with hope. We were certain that finding the Pirate King's treasure would break our daughter's curse. Even after rough currents and countless reefs left our ships badly damaged, we searched the island faintly, clinging to the hope that the Pirate King's treasure that could save her was falling within reach. At last, we found a stone marked with a moon that led us to the Pirate King's treasure. Father? After reading the entire page, Isla looked down into the pit. The pouch buried within with the log was still there. Isla, it's here. Miles quickly picked up the pouch and handed it to Isla. Hands trembled. She took the pouch, took a deep breath, and opened it. What is this? Looking confused, she reached inside and pulled something out. They were coins? Yes, it's nothing but silver coins. Nothing but silver. Strange. The Pirate King's treasure meant to break the parchment curse is nothing but ordinary riches. But looks can be deceiving. Simply touching the coin might have already break the curse. Isla, any signs that the curse was lifted when you touched them? Not sure, I couldn't tell. Does the log say anything else, like how we're supposed to use the treasure to break the curse? Wait, there's one more page. Only then did Isla notice the final page. He hurriedly began reading. But the Pirate King's treasure buried beneath that stone was not what we had hoped for. It's ordinary silver coins with no trace of any blessing or magic. There was enough to change the fate of whoever found them, enough to make them rich overnight. But to us, all that wealth was simply another name for despair. Our ship was badly damaged, with no way off the island in sight. And the Pirate King's treasure we had been searching so desperately for, believing it would break our daughter's curse, was nothing more than ordinary silver coins. So we buried the treasure again in the pit where it once lay, along with our final log entry. We pray for our poor daughter. We pray that Isla never comes looking for this treasure. If we don't find a way off Grave Island soon. Father. Oh, this is hurtful. But I don't think it's over yet, due to the fact there's a lot more stuff. Isla closed the logbook with a hollow sigh and sank to the ground. Isla. The pouch buried underneath the ship's log laid in front of her. It was the pouch her parents had came to call despair after their search for a treasure that could break their daughter's curse. Still sitting on the ground, Isla opened the pouch again and stared inside. She stared into it with empty, unbelieving eyes. When it's all over, look for the new path that is only open for those who decides to move on. If you fall for despair now, you will only continue to fall. So, this is the Pirate King's treasure? Just ordinary coins with no blessing or magic at all. This is it? This is supposed to be the Pirate King's treasure? And my parents, all for this worthless worthless pile of silver coins. My parents, we weren't looking for riches. If this was the treasure the Pirate Kings left behind, then my curse. Isla stared blankly into the distance, then realization hit, and deep regret flashed into her wide eyes. Nothing even changes. Isla clenched her head in anguish. Without a treasure to break my curse, what am I supposed to do now? What was all that effort even for? Still doubling down, still doubled over. She sobbed until a hollow laugh escaped her, like she finally lost her mind. Her cracked, swollen fingers toward the fingers ground the swollen fingers ground the torn. Okay, that's really weird. Her cracked, swollen fingers ground the torn half of the treasure map deep into the sand. I don't lose hope. There's still a chance the real treasure is buried somewhere else, right, Luna? Luna? In this game of fate, every piece was destined to end up here, just like always. I knew this would happen. I never should have taken it. I didn't even think someone like me could defy fate. Defy fate? There was never any treasure that could break the curse. I only fooled myself into believing there was still hope. I don't know what to believe anymore. Well, first off, sorry, I hit my mic. First off, Luna, you predicted that if they were finding the treasure, they found the treasure. You never looked at the fact of how to break her curse. Because you were only looking for a treasure that everyone else was looking for. But the answer to breaking her curse, everyone thought the curse breaking was the treasure. So that's why it only led to treasure. But the curse, the blessing could be something else. I don't know what happens next. But anyways, I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. Ella! Why did... That was a weird way to be just us to say that. Her breathing grew ragged as she face down in the sand. Then her body went limp, and she rolled onto her side. I lifted Isla into my arms. The treasure map she held so dearly was still crumpled in her raw, swollen hand. Looks like she passed out. Luna didn't seem the least bit surprised. He calmly picked up the logbook and coin purse pouch, then gazed down at them. See? This is exactly what I hate. Luna, it was a stupid idea after all. With that, Luna turned and strode off with the two items. We walked along the beach for a while with Isla in my arms. Luckily, we found a small cave before sunset. Isla came to not long after we settled into the cave, but hydration required. Isla, drink this coconut water. Isla pulled a medicine satchel from her waist and carelessly emptied it into her mouth. Oh, whoa. Aside from the medicine, she ate and drank nothing for hours. She just lay there like a corpse, staring into space. That's depressing. That's very depressing because, goddamn. Luna watched Isla stare blankly ahead, then let out a deep sigh and stood up. I'm going to clear my head. Luna. Miles' hand stopped midair as she reached for Luna. She sat beside Isla. Her gaze lingered on Luna's retreating figure until she disappeared from view. Captain? Yeah? I've never seen Luna look that sad before. Have you? No. I don't understand human emotions very well. I'm not human. So, it's hard for me to tell how Luna feels just from her expression. But, even I can tell she's sad. Smile looked at me with her usual blank expression, but the sadness in her eyes was impossible to miss. I don't like seeing Luna hurt. So, Captain, would you save Luna? Like you saved me? I wasn't sure I could. Even so, I ran out of the cave with no idea where I was going. The pitch black sea stretched out ahead with nothing in sight. I ran so desperately that I couldn't even hear the waves over the pounding of my own footsteps. And thankfully, before long... Luna! Oh, Captain. Ow, my nose. I found Luna. I found Luna walking alone along the shore, lost in thought. Why'd you come running like that? I was afraid I'd lose you. Lose me? We're stranded, remember? It's not like I can go anywhere. We've already know how this goes to the end. You don't have to try so hard. Luna looked down at her feet. Moonlit water washed over her pale feet, then receded into white foam. Because no matter how hard you try, nothing changes. Nothing. Why do you think that? You could be wrong, just this once. The steady rhythm of the waves filled the silence between us. Luna raised her head and gazed out at the horizon. Once the future has been observed, it cannot be changed. That's a law of the universe, a natural law of things. Even if the path changes, even if things stray a little along the way, the destination never does. Luna closed her eyes and let out a deep breath, let out a quiet breath, as if silently repeating those words to herself. Then she turned to me. Oh, it wasn't her journey thing. It was an actual part. Isla won't make it through the night. That's her ending. The one we have to face. Then what about how we were going to break Isla's curse together? What about how we were going to break Isla's curse together? Yeah, you saw it too. No way to break it. It's tragic, but that's her fate. She won't overcome the curse. In the end, she'll die alone. Is she gonna die alone? Because she definitely has people here with her now. Then we'll try again. We'll find some way to... If trying hard could change it, they won't call it fate, would they? It's not like I haven't tried, Captain. No matter how many times I tried again, an ending that never changes. So you should let go of the false hope that trying harder somehow be enough. Hope always lies besides despair. Hope always lies besides despair. But Luna, you hoped this time would be different too. I thought back to how unusually driven Luna had been throughout this adventure. She'd thrown herself into finding Grave Island, swearing she won't lose, and smile brighter than the sun. I did. Even knowing how it would end, I wanted to cheer Isla on. Part of me still hoped things might turn out differently, so I went along with her. I knew all along that hope would only drag me deeper into despair. I always lived through the same fixed future over and over, and still I found myself believing. Behind Luna, the sea shimmered an even deeper blue beneath the moonlight. You changed the future, my future. It was a miracle. I let myself believe that maybe one more miracle was still possible. Tears welled in Luna's eyes, but never fell. Instead, she forced a smile. Look, I was wrong again. In the end, all that struggling was for nothing. Luna let out a bitter laughter at herself for getting her hopes up again. Her pessimism of all this time had came from her disillusionment from the fixed future. Damn, disillusionment is such a crazy word to use. This time too, Luna had given up hope as she always had. But seeing Isla so determined by defy fate, she found herself hoping again before she knew it. Amid the same despair she endured time and time again. If changing the future with me had felt like a miracle, if that miracle had made her believe the future could be changed, then I'm not giving up. And I'll change it. We're already past the turning point, Captain. Even you pull another little miracle now, once a fate is sealed, it's just... The words were calm and unwavering. All that remained was the quiet sorrow of someone who lived through it all before. But... change it. I didn't care whether we passed the turning point or we're already headed for the end. Whether the world came to an end or began anew, it made no difference to me. If all I could change, the future can never be changed. Even if all I could do was wipe that sad smile from Luna's face, that alone would be enough. I closed my eyes for a moment. Beyond my eyelids stretched nothing but an empty, pitch black sky. Beneath it stood a lone figure, sending a beam of light into the heaven. Again and again, into the dark skies glittered with starlight once more. And I realized I felt the same way now. I'll change it. I swear. How? I don't know yet, but... yeah, I thought so. Leo looked up at this moon, her face blank as if she hadn't expected anything. Can't change fate, no matter how hard you try. Tomorrow, and the day after, the moon will still hang in the sky. What? You think it will vanish tomorrow? Or that there's suddenly be 2 moons? 3? Well, once you've seen the future, it's no longer unknown. I exactly realize just how foolish it is to keep hoping. Then I'll give you a reason to hope. Then I'll make the future unknowable again. I'm asking how now. Luna asked without a hint of curiosity. I stepped in front of her and declared without hesitation. Go ahead. Look into the future. I'll change every bit of it. You really never change. I can play along, but it only leads to more despair. That's fine. I wasn't certain. I didn't think a little miracle would happen so easily either. But even so, I had to prove it here and now. I'll show you. The future you saw isn't the whole story. A moment that defies fate. You really go that far? What do you want, Captain? Hope that the future could change. All I need for now. I hate that. I should have been... The second line should have been... Just stop. What do you want, Captain? See you not sad. That would have been such a fucking huge line. Hope that the future can change. You dragged me into another dump stunt. Despite her words, Luna looked bitter as she closed her eyes and peered into the future. A moment later, Luna quietly opened her eyes. Well, what were you expecting? All I saw was the same sea as always. A quiet world beneath the same old night sky. So, how are you gonna change that? I glanced at her skeptic face, drew a sharp breath, and shouted towards the moon in the sky. Let there be a miracle! My embarrassing shout didn't even get an echo. No matter how loudly I shouted, all that answered me was the same unchanging sky and sea. I told you, can't change anything. He lost interest and turned away. Go back. Ala doesn't have much time left. We should stay by her side now. It might make things a little easier to bear. Luna started to head back. Her steps heavy with loneliness. Still feeling a little awkward, I traced her footsteps in the sand until I spotted a crab skirting into his burrow. As he retreated deeper into the hole to escape the light, I couldn't help thinking how pathetic it looks. Something about the sudden brightness felt strangely familiar, so I looked up. And then... Luna! What? Want to try again? Unfortunately, I'm not in the mood anymore. Look at the sky! I stopped Luna as she turned her way and had her look up at the sky. Why? What's up there? The moon with the rock with the moon marking. Okay. The waves fell silent, as if holding their breath. The air began to warp. And then, the moonlight was bathing everything in an even brighter glow. Can we see it, please? Oh, a second moon. Okay, even different than what I thought was there. Okay, reflected in Luna's eyes was the impossible sight of two moons in the sky. Two moons? But how? Luna stared in disbelief, rubbing her eyes again and again before finally squeezing them shut. I need to take a picture of that. That actually looks sick. It looks nice because it looks like an imagery, like a hollow image. The sight before us shattered everything I thought I knew. Unable to believe it either, I closed my eyes as well. And the moment I did, long forgotten memories came flooding back. Still have not done her storyline. When I opened my eyes again, I saw two moons and Luna's face radiant beneath their light. Oh, that looks nice. That looks better than that sad look she had. Captain? Well? Ready to bet on me now? Fragments of memories flashed through my mind, followed by a familiar headache. I shoved the tingling memories aside and flashed Luna's confident smile. Whether the world was about to end or not, no longer mattered. What mattered most to me now was showing Luna that it was okay to hope. I'd rather let her hope for one more miracle, even if it ended in despair, than leaving her with that calm, resigned smile. Nothing, tears she had been holding back started to spill out down her cheeks. Captain, Luna. Just as Luna was about to open up, Smiles came running towards us, shouting, "Oh, Smile, we had a moment!" And here's a crying face. I know. Luna quickly raised her arms and wiped away her tears. What is it, Smiles? What's wrong with Luna? With Isla? What never changes. We rushed back to the cave with Smile and found Isla gasping for air. I stated she needed to clear her head and was going out for a while. But she didn't come back, so I went looking for her. I'll open her hands to show us a torn packet of medicine. Crumpled and torn, it was still packed with the pills Isla had been taking. Leaving the pills scattered beside Isla after finding her collapsed by the shore. A torn medicine satchel with pills scattered all around it. That would mean... Yes, it looks like she was trying to throw them away. Don't tell me that, Isla. Isla seems to come to, coughing hard as she sat up. Smile quickly offered her medicine, but Isla refused to take it. I don't need it. There's no point in holding on any longer. Nothing's going to change. Isla's temperature is dropping. This is dangerous. Hey, all over after all. I caught her breath as she coughed. Her coughing eased for a moment. Maybe I knew all along that it was all pointless. I was arrogant enough to think I could change things, and selfishly enough to want to live. I knew it would end like this. I never would have tried so hard. But Isla, Luna. Sorry for being so stubborn. I didn't know. I only had until tonight. I only had until tonight. What? Isla's eyes were full of sadness, but she held back her tears and forced a smile. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to overhear you. I realized too late that all our efforts were for nothing. Isla, you can't give up. You said you can't deny fate, no matter how hard we try, right? Maybe I underestimated fate. Her words were calm and unwavering. She wore the quiet registration of someone who lived through it all before. What a miserable end. A sad smile crossed her face. All that's left is wait for tonight to pass. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, difficult about waiting for the end. I guess you're right. Waiting for the end is easy. Luna! Luna had been silent the whole time, her expression unreadable. She slowly smoothed out every crease in half of the treasure map. The treasure map Isla has been crunching. It's already been decided how this ends, so nothing else matters. All I have to do is let go. All I have to do is let go. Let go of any hope of changing it. Let go of the thought that this time might be different. Prayer is fuck's sake. Inevitable. Is really that's how you pronounce? Is that really how it's spelled? Or is it always spelled with more letters? Despair is inevitable, and facing what you already know is coming isn't too hard, is it? Luna's blue eyes rest on the map, where her gaze seemed fixed on somewhere far away. No hope, no expectation, just wasting what's left of this dull mini life. Until the ending that's already been decided for me finally comes. That's what I thought I had to do. Then she stopped smoothing the map and turned back. But then, I just had to meet the greatest gambler and love a star. She turned and smiled to me, and I decided to make the biggest bet of my life with him. I'm putting my entire dull, meaningless future on it. Not with the sad smile of someone who's given up, but a triumphant. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Triumphant. With a triumphant grin. How about it? Want to bet? How about it? Want to bet it? Dude? She held the map, now smooth and flat, to Isla. I don't understand what you mean. No. What good would that do now? Once the night is over, why? I don't want to keep hoping for something that might never happen. Let's see. Alright then, I'll show you just how intense tonight is going to be. Come on. Wait, Luna, what are you doing? Luna took Isla's hand and led her out of the cave. We followed close behind. Did we get to show her the 2 moons? Yeah! Luna, I can't go on. Look, Isla. With a sky like this, tonight might never end. Only then did Isla notice how unusually bright the moonlight was. She looked up. Her eyes opened wide. How can there be 2 moons? A perfect miracle that wasn't in the future I saw. Even so, fate may determine an even greater miracle than this. May demand an even greater miracle than this. We might still come up just short again. But just look at that. You can't just call yourself a gambler if you see this and don't go all in. Luna handed the now flattened treasure map back to Isla. So Isla, want to deny fate with us? Luna, if your fate says you won't make it through tonight, then let's make this a night that never ends. If your ending says there's no treasure that can break the curse, then let's go and find one that can bless you with a long life. Isla's gaze wandered as the treasure map trembled crumbled in Luna's hand. Let's keep widening the cracks in fate, little by little. I don't know if it'll work, but let's see it through together. All the way to the end. I love switching between the two voices because her serious tone is different from her fun phone. Because it just shows it when she does her ult. Like, it seems more... Listen. Yes, I want to live on. Yes, I want to live on. I fucked that one up. And in the unusual bright moonlight, the light returns to Isla's eyes. Yeah, that's all I needed to hear. As Luna smiled at Isla, her eyes shone as brightly as brightly as the moonlight. We're so done. Oh, almost there. I think like 2 more. 3 more. Fuck's sake, I need to take my shirt off. It's getting way too hot. I'm sweating. I'm getting tired. Ugh. Yes, it's only been almost 3 hours. These storyline readings are not easy to read. Are not short. The one thing B-side does is making storylines really long. Especially even when you're not reading it. It takes like an hour to do the whole thing if you just choose to skip it. Normally from the Counterside series. With our resolve renewed, we got back to searching for the Pirate King's treasure. Go back to the freaking hole. That pouch of silver coins is unlikely to be the Pirate King's treasure. The map had 2 instructions. One read, find the stone marked with a moon beneath, buried at the ship's final resting place. Then dig beneath it. We followed it to Grave Island. Dug beneath the stone and found a pouch full of silver coins. Yeah, that's right. But the map had 1 more instruction. Even if the end is already decided, seek the new path that can only be opened by those who press onward. If the first instruction alone led to the treasure, the second one would serve no purpose. By that logic, the pouch of silver coins probably isn't the real Pirate King's treasure. Then how do we find the real treasure? Simple. When lost, return to the starting point. Basic principle. We need to retrace our steps from the beginning. Following Smile's logic, we return to the Pirate King's treasure map, where this whole adventure began. We need the other piece, don't we, to find it. Did we have taken a wrong turn somewhere? Without the other half of the map, finding the right path, well, easy. Unlikely, but worth considering. After filling with the coins in the pouch for a while, Luna finally pointed to a line of text along the edge of the map. It's not just the wording. The meaning bothers me too. It talks about the end being decided and a new path can only be opened by those who chose to press onward, right? I've got a feeling it isn't telling us just to follow the map. Huh? What is it? Emily, you have forgotten everything we said 5 minutes later. Luna, when did you get so smart?
Smiles, that's a bit mean.
Yeah, this isn't like you, Luna. Damn.
Yeah, you're definitely someone else. Oh, come on.
What's with that reaction? I can use my brain when I need it to. That's a lie. Give us back the real Luna.
Oh, you little...
Oh, I should have said that. Should have said that in Homer's voice. Damn it.
Why, you little...
No, that's not it. How did you do it? Fuck. I should have just like in that tone, not the way, not the... Ah. As the two slipped back into their usual bickering, Isla finally relaxed enough to laugh. Please stop, you two. It's dangerous. Blink. Huh? Huh? As they horsed around, the silver coins in Luna's hand slipped free and fell into the ground. Then, when she picked it up, picked it up with a puzzled look and began turning it over in her hands. What's wrong? You know what, Captain? You know I'm always dealing with money, right? Borrowing money for bets, getting into debt with loan sharks. The two are basically the same thing. Anyways, I've handled more silver coins, but no, more coins than I could count. And I've never heard a coin make a sound like that. Even the other coins in this pouch didn't feel like this one. Feel like what? Feels like it isn't made of metal. It's way lighter than a normal coin too. Miles? Way option, go! Smile took 2 silver coins from the pouch, 1 in each hand, then closed her eyes and focused on the sensation at her fingertips. The difference is slight, but these two do weigh the same. Then does that mean one of them isn't a real silver coin? I can't be sure, but it looks like there are both real and fake silver coins in this pouch. Even so, there's no way to sort through all these things. Looks at Smile immediately. It'll be nice if there was an easy way to tell, Smiles. I look at Smiles. Correct action to do. No! Not again, maintenance! Why? She nodded as if she had the same thought. If it isn't metal, then there might be a way to confirm it scientifically. Yes. Right, Captain. Luna, remember when you dropped your wallet into the sea and we had to search for it? Coins made of metal alloy are too dense to float. We just need to see which one floats. But the lighter flake coins might get swept away by the waves. And if they're not metal, they could still be made of something that sinks. No, if something is lighter than metal, it's not gonna float. And we lose the evidence we worked so hard to find. We can just use a coconut! Valid point. Too risky to attempt without confirmation. But if it's not that, I don't see how these silver coins are supposed to help us press onward and find a new path, even if the end is already decided. Why was that a weirdly set, really pixelized? Like that was a one-line thing. That was weird. Huh? Huh? Come to think of it, if the end is already decided, Luna studied the pouch of silver coins, then her eyes widened as if she realized something. Alla, I think we're meant to put these in the sea. What? But what about everything we just said? We only get one shot. We only need one shot. Want to bet on me? I might be able to pull off a miracle too. I looked at Luna anxiously, then clenched her fist. Even if these stupid coins are real, I won't be around to spend them after tonight. So, yes, I'll bet on you. Yes, I'll bet on you. I took the coins from Luna and strolled towards the sea. Okay, here we go. On 3. We all toss them in. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I'm late. Oh, that was a heavy dunk. The coins all fell into the sea at once, sending out small ripples. And moments later... Oh! One by one, the coins rose to the surface and formed a long line. It stretched towards the second moon, gleaming silver white in its light. The coins, they're floating. Just as I thought. What's with that spectral look? The map's second line said the end is already decided. Considering the fact that the pirate king roamed the seas, I figured the visible new path had to be out there on the water. A rather illogical explanation. It's my own little miracle. Miracles don't need logic. Yes, just like you said, the new path might be the trail made by the silver coins. One problem. Even if we follow this path. One problem. Even if we follow this path, there's nothing at the end. Could it be underwater? So, we might have to swim. Then you can wait on shore, Smiles. The rest of us can go on without you. Sorry, Luna. I'm not much of a swimmer either. What? You too, Isla? Hop on. Once the excitement of solving the map's secrets wore off, we started wondering how we were supposed to follow the coins. Then something hazy began to appear at the end of the trail. That's... It looks like a ghost ship? A wrecked ship that hadn't been there before floated on the water, completely intact. We don't see a ghost boat. Looks like we found our answer. No one had to say it. We were all brimming with hope. Let's go. Yeah. Trying to contain our excitement, we strolled towards the ship. The Pirate King's treasure that can break Isla's curse has to be inside that ship. Though I could have sworn I saw that familiar shark fin sliced across the horizon again. I have 30 minutes to do the storyline. I have less than 30 minutes to do the storyline. Face end. Will I be able to beat it within 30 minutes? Let's try. Oh dang, there's an anchor inside of it. How is it staying afloat? From the outside, the shipwreck looked ready to sink at any moment, but inside it was in a surprisingly good shape, aside from the one massive hole. Dang. A shipwreck just appeared out of nowhere in the middle of the ocean. But there's no one aboard. The whole ship is empty. I think I read about these in books. They call them ghost ships. Ghost ships are nothing more than a baseless marine time superstition. This is merely an optical illusion caused by the moonlight and reflection off the waves. You're not just saying that because you're scared, are you, kiddo? Negative. I'm not scared. I only discuss phenomenons backed by scientific evidence. While the two bickered as usual, I looked up from the map and surveying the wreckage interior. Still, it really is creepier than I expected. He was right. The sea breeze moaning through the massive hole made even the otherwise well-preserved wreck look unsettling. Are you sure the treasure's this way? Yes, I'm sure. This route leads below deck, right where we are standing now. And according to the map, somewhere around here... Ah! Luna jumped and wrapped her arm around Smiles. You're heavy, Luna. What was that? What happened? Sorry, I stepped on something. It was a pile of bones. Still focused on the map, Isla lifted her foot, revealing a loose piece of metal plating on the deck. I thought we were supposed to go below deck. I thought we were below deck. Phew. So, that's all it was? You scared me. Luna was the one scaring everyone with all the ghost ship talk just a minute ago. Alright, you two. Let's focus on finding the treasure, please. Of course, I was just as eager to get off this wreck, and away from its eerie howling. Where could it be? We checked everywhere it could be, but there's nothing. Maybe we can't pinpoint it with only half the map. I'm sorry. If only I had taken better care of it. Don't be so hard on yourself, Isla. Pirate King's treasure is definitely somewhere nearby. Unfortunately, this unusual phenomenon has improved nighttime visibility. Locating the treasure should not take long. Exactly! It's not like we'll leave the island anyways. So don't worry, Isla. Okay, then I'll keep looking for it. At least no one seems too discouraged by the fact we had no way off the island. With our resolve renewed, we split up to search the wreck for the Pirate King's treasure. I'll search over here. Keep at it, everyone. Okay. I'll search the same area again. Blink. Wait, it has to be that metal plating. Come on, guys. Come on, girls. Once again, I turned towards a sound coming from somewhere unexpected. I figured I had gotten lost in the map again and stepped on another piece of plating. Oh, Isla. Oh, Isla. Did you step on another chunk of plating? That's what you get for walking around with your eyes glued to the map. Keep that up and you'll trip. Watch where you're going. Luna had apparently reached the same conclusion. Without even glancing towards its noise, she kept digging through a chest in the corner. Luna? Yeah. Don't just stand there, Captain. Back me up. What if she trips and... Hi, Shark. Luna casually replied as she rummaged through the crate. Finding nothing, she turned to move on, only to walk straight into something and bounce back. What's this? There's something here. It's squishy but firm. Oh. Huh? It makes a noise too. Where's this thing come from? After enduring one poke too many, the enormous shape turned and bared its ferocious jaw at Luna. Not that shark again! The shark let out a dangerous roar and heavy footsteps closed in around us. Countless torches surround us, illuminating the area. I found you at last. Several familiar faces emerges from the surrounding man, walking over the shark beneath us, and patted it on the head. Fuck, we have only 20 minutes left. Good boy. All those burgers and spoiling you rotten finally paid off. Come on, it's later around all day long. Does one thing right and suddenly the hero. And that's why you reward good behavior. Now you'll know how to do it again. One pirate tossed the burger into the air, and the humongous shark snapped to it with the practiced ease of a trained pet. So, the shark belongs to you. You had to tell us. Yes, your course and our half of the map was enough to get us to Grave Island, but we had no idea where to go from there. We only had its tail. We only had a tail you just in case. Never thought it will pay off this well. Time to find the Pirate King's treasure. So hand over the map before you get hurt. The pirate fanned out around the pirate in practice formation. Come on, big man. Come on, big guy. Time to show them what you can do again. Pull it off and you'll get more burgers than you could eat in a lifetime. Luna, smile! Perfect timing. We need the other half of the map anyways. Yeah, our chance to recover the missing half of the map. Will I be able to complete the next section after finishing the storyline? Don't know. My nose is itching so much. Yarg! I'm not gonna waste my all on that.
Nice shot, Luna.
Oh, implosion trigger! Oh, it didn't take any effects from that.
여름밤과 불꽃놀이의 상관관계 의문 해결 준비하시고 쏘세요.
It's kind of funny. All her ults are always like up in the air at moments.
뜨겁게 달아올라.
Oh, Kratos.
홀링 시스템 가동. 해피엔드 서머 체익 손실의 유의.
I think I've fought this thing many times.
수분 보충을 제안할게. 어라. 나이스 샷, 루나. 홀링 시스템 가동.
Hey. Alright, close the trigger. Or no, that's not close the trigger.
체익 손실의 유의.
I like how she just shoots them. Shoots her with it.
준비하시고 쏘세요.
Oh, one more turn? Okay. You know what? Ult it.
여름의 열기를 식혀줄게. 시원하지?
And then finish it with a bang.
여름밤과 불꽃놀이의 상관관계. 의문 해결.
Nice.
성공적인 여름 휴가인.
Now more reading. Oh, wiped out again by these rookies. Surrender is advised. You cannot beat us. Beat all of us alone. Yes. Stop them! Stop them! You idiot! You're way too big to hide in that seashell again. The last pirate clung to the pirate's tail as it tried to squeeze into a seashell far too small for it. Well. How about you give Isla's map back? Yeah. Once the unconscious pirates were tied up tight, we reclaimed the missing half and restored the map as well. Isla, think you can find it now? Yes, it's here. It looks like this door is supposed to open. Oh, it opened into a tiny hidden room. A nearly invisible grove ran along the wall, hidden unless you knew where to look. I hooked my fingers into it and pulled, revealing a tiny makeshift compartment no bigger than a closet. Small for a ship for this size. Structural analyzation suggested that this was the wheelhouse. So where exactly is the Pirate King's treasure? Wait, there's a small box over here. On the old helm sat a small box bearing a carved pirate crest. Inside lay a golden compass, gleaming with an almost blinding light. Could this be the Pirate King's treasure? An old, worn compass? Visual inspection alone isn't sufficient to determine its significance. The needle won't move from north. Is it telling us to go deeper into that direction? With a puzzled look, Isla reached into the box and picked up the compass. And the moment she did, clack! The needle! The needle! It's shaking like crazy! Activating magic powers! Healing mood! A blinding light exploded from the compass, a swelling Isla hole. The light slowly receded. Isla's body began to slack, and she crumbled to the floor. Isla, are you okay? Is everything okay? Is something wrong? We rushed to study her, but Isla didn't respond. She simply stared ahead, eyed wide, shocked and frozen in shock. No, it's not that. It's just... somehow, it's like I haven't felt like this in forever. Still in disbelief, Isla raised her hand and slowly turned them over, as if confirming something for herself. My whole body feels so light. I haven't felt like this since I was little. As she kept checking herself, tears began streaming down her face. Isla, why are you crying? Is something hurt? I'm sorry. It's just my body hasn't felt this light in so long. With a bright, relieved smile, Isla bowed deeply. Thank you, everyone. All the while Isla held the compass, the needle had seemed permanently fixed on north, and now it pointed straight to Isla. Huh? Wait, there's something under the compass. A single sheet of paper laid hidden inside the supposed empty box. Its colors faded until it was almost indistinguishably from the wood beneath. This looks like a note? Isla took the paper from Luna and slowly read through it. In defiance of the fate, I created Flora, and dreamt that it might remain an eternal paradise. To preserve that paradise, I bound every trace of cold and darkness within a single sheet of parchment. My selfish dream may have burdened you with illness, yet you endured and came this far. As confirmation, I leave you this compass and the blessing held within it. Until the day I cast anchor upon this shore, defied fate at last, and ended my first wandering. This compass was my guide throughout my entire life. This compass responds when one refuses to yield to fate. Hold fast to that conviction, and whatever this needle points, there your fate shall await you. May my blessing be with you. May my blessing be with you on the path ahead. Once Luna continued reading the message aloud, she folded the faded paper and returned to Isla. Yes, he was every bit as tired of being pushed around by fate. Oh, whoops, I meant that wrong. Don't you think so, Isla? Isla gave no response. She simply stared at the compass in her hand. It said, wherever the tip of the needle points, that your fate will be, right? Yes, and the needle is still pointing at Isla. Is it? It really is. It really is. No wonder. No matter where Isla moves, the needle follows her. Yeah, that means Isla's fate is in her own hands. Looks like the pirate. Looks like the pirate queen was saying the same thing we were. Your fate is yours to shape. Only then did Isla finally looked away from the compass and raised her eyes to the sky. So much had happened that none of us had noticed, but the night, it's almost over. The sun was rising beyond the horizon. That's the last one. That's the last of them, right? Brushing off my hands, I looked over the pirates tied up across the deck of their own ship. By the time we had loaded even the unconscious pirates aboard, the sun was already high in the sky. Yes, that's every last one of them. And yet there she stood, finally free to keep moving forward. You're telling me the Pirates King's treasure wasn't even gold or jewels, not even worth a single coin. You're telling me it was really nothing but that lousy golden compass. Needless to say, the pirates looked pretty crushed when they learned what the Pirates King's treasure really was. Then we shall begin preparing to departure. All right, everyone together now. Luna took a deep breath and climbed to a tired spot. All hands! Anchors away! Anchors away! Anchors away! That was cute. Our answers came without the slightest hesitation, loud enough to shake the entire deck. Of course, Captain. Why would I hesitate? The biggest gamble of my life starts now, and I'm putting every year I have left on the line. Your entire life? Aren't the stakes way too high? This is a perfect line for freaking Luna to say in the next section of if she meets with Asha. She says, "That's right. I decided to put my entire life on the captain." If she said that, Asha was gonna like have a freaking gonna lose it. Okay. With that much riding on you, you can't possibly lose, could you? Right, Captain? As the sea breeze swept over the bow. The bow, we couldn't help but share a warm laugh. Vacation, take 2. Will I be able to finish within 8 minutes? We'll see! Hopefully I can! The light hit first. The summer sun hammering straight down overhead. Then the ground gave. Sand curling warm between my feet, my toes, and splash. Oh wow! Ooh, we're at the ocean. Oh well, yep, the ocean. The same old ocean. The ocean. Without warning, Luna burst into the laughter she'd been holding back. Sorry. Come on. Don't look so miserable. Let's perk up, okay? All we have to do now is squeeze every last bit of fun out of this vacation. Correction, Austria is scheduled to arrive by train tonight. Plus, Illa paid us generously for the quest. We have more than enough to enjoy the rest of our vacation. And it didn't last long. After returning the captured pirates to the city's officials, Isla sailed us back to the beach in Flora. What about you guys? I have to believe my parents found their way off Grave Island too. That they refused to surrender to their fate, just like me. Maybe they escaped and got stranded on their island, another deserted island, or maybe they're somewhere too far away to contact me. So this time, I want to set out on an adventure for them, not myself. I'm going to ask the man who lent us the boat before if he'll captain my next voyage. Yeah, I see. I'm sure you'll find a brighter future. Oh, is that a prophet from the great Luna herself? Who knows? Either way, you can trust a genius oracle like me. Before we parted, Isla gave us a generous reward for lifting her purse. She even paid us the full amount of her wager as a bonus, so our party funds were practically overflowing. Do not spend like crazy, please. Wait, if our pockets are that full... Oh. Luna! Luna, have your criminal repertoire expanded to death. Sure enough, Luna had her hands deep inside our bulging party purse. Step away from the money. Assessment. Luna is already siphoning off casino funds because she lacks self-control. What? That's not what I'm doing. Just a little. Just how little faith do you have of me? Having me? I was separating our spending money from the rest, so we don't have to lunge the whole fortune around. Really? Really? Deception. Captain, do not allow the con artist to manipulate you. I'm not lying. I was just making sure we prepared for Asha's arrival. Oh, really? Preparing for Asha's arrival, huh? Luna, Captain, Luna just used a word that should not exist in her vocabulary. Negative. Behavioral inconsistency detected. Under normal circumstances, she would never plan so far ahead as Asha's arrival. Normally, you'll be right, but I made a promise to Isla on our way back from Grave Island. Come to think of it, I can have a flashback. I was glad to be heading back, but staying below deck in these rough seas had me feeling sick. Hoping some fresh sea air would calm my stomach, I dragged myself onto the deck. I see. I spotted Isla and Luna sitting together at the bow, facing the sea and chatting quietly. They seemed to be enjoying their conversation, so I decided to not interrupt and sat down nearby to settle my stomach. Yeah, Isla, just like seeing the whole world outside your window made you want to keep living, I realized something. Because of that strong gust, I could only hear fragments of their conversation. Not wanting to eavesdrop, I tried to give them some privacy, but... the more I tried to move, the worse my seasick became. So I had no choice but to remain sprawled where I was. Luna? The cold breeze and the sound of waves struck the hull. Between the breeze and the waves, fragments of their voices reached me, strangely putting me at ease. But we've seen it for ourselves, haven't we? For us. Their voices were so calm that I must have closed my eyes without realizing it and passed out. Whoa! Smile, look over there! Would that be another magic seashell? Gotcha! You con artist. Yeah, you were the fool for falling for that again. After treating ourselves to ice cream as part of our luxurious vacation, we finally hit the water. Smile insisted we were conducting field research on magic seashells, not playing in the water, but... Gotcha. Smile, you! Luna? Luna's the fool for falling for it again. Whenever Smile chose to call it, anyone could see that she was absolutely playing in the water. Wait. Huh? What's wrong, Smiles? The pink seashell I picked up earlier is missing. And I just lightly dropped it. Oh, I lightly dropped it into the sea. Accident. You mean the pretty pink one you liked more than all the others? I did not like it because it was pretty. Its colorization was particularly unlikely to occur in nature. I merely estimated that it was a specimen more likely to be a magic seashell. Want me to find it for you? A beauty like me can do more than swim. I'm a great diver too. Correction. First, no objection merit reports classifying Luna as a beauty. Second, as stated before, not recommended. The chances of finding the lost seashells are extremely low. Still, we've been playing around here this whole time. It has to be somewhere nearby. Wait here. I'll find it in no time. With that, Luna dove straight into the water. I have 1 minute to make it. Yes, Isla. Just like seeing the whole world outside your window made you want to keep living. I think I want to start truly living again. Oh. Don't look so alarmed. I wasn't planning to throw my way of my life or anything like that. Still, what I was doing before wasn't really living. I was only existing. All I did was wait for the ending I already witnessed, letting the rest of my life slip away. But after experiencing a miracle that defied fate, I realized something. The world I thought was quiet and boring, was actually filled with enough noise and excitement to make my ears ring. Luna. Once fate is deserved, its outcome can never be changed. That's what the— No! I was so close to the end! The 2 hour, we made it back from the maintenance. Let's get back to where we were. Hopefully. Once fate is observed, its outcome can never be changed. That's the unbearable, cruel truth of this world. But, every outcome is followed by what comes next. One outcome becomes the cause of what happens, and that gives rise to another outcome. That, too, is a law of this world. So even beyond the end I foresaw, there must still be a next. But if something comes after that, if something comes after it, can it really be called the end? But we've seen it ourselves, haven't we? If the story ends without another page, then we simply have to write the next one ourselves. Even now, someone is writing the chapter beyond our ending for us. Wow, really breaking the fourth wall there, Luna. So, I will believe in that and start living again. I hope you'll do the same. Yes, I'll keep living, no matter what fate puts in my way. Even the sun that day, which had seemed as though it would never set, and had fired someone, to keep living, was slowly descending upon the horizon. And the moon is already out. Luna still hasn't come out of the water. Impressive. Yeah, she might not come out no matter how many times we call her. Do we start packing? Luna insists on searching a little longer and continue looking underwater. Leaving Luna to continue her underwater search, Smile and I started gathering our things. Captain, the magic seashell isn't the only thing on my mind. I still can't stop thinking about the two moons phenomenon either. Smile spoke while struggling to fold a beach mat 3 times larger than her body. The two moons? No matter how many times I review it, the sight remains impeccable. Impeccable? Implacable. Unresolved mysteries are not acceptable. A scientific, valid explanation must exist. You think there's a scientific explanation for that? Although uncommon in flora, mirages do occur. Normally, something observed this close to shore can be explained as either a inactive suspect. Specimen carried in by the current or a rare mirage phenomenon. Temperature difference between layers of air refract light, causing objects to appear where they are not actually located. So it was a mirage? Negative. Upon reconsidering, the mirage fails to account for several critical observations. The temperature difference that day was not particularly large, and the difference in the brightness of the fractured moonlight was as well. Prior hypothesis withdrawn. Mirage theory is insufficient to explain yesterday's miracle. Then what was it? For now, I have decided to leave it as an unresolved question, so you don't know. Additional specimen or phenomenons, such as the magical seashell, may eventually provide data required to solve it. After pausing in thought, Smile returned to wrestling with the oversized beach mat. Just then, Captain Smiles! No, you're finally out. Luna finally came out of the water after searching for the magic seashell until moonrise. She held the pink seashell Smile had lost, along with another magic seashell in a different color. Yeah, pretty right? It shines in all the colors of the aurora. Oh, its appearance indicates a high possibility that it's another magic seashell. Smile's entire face immediately lit up. I was searching for this missing shell when this beautiful little thing caught my eyes. I thought you'd like it, so I brought it out. I brought it right over. My brain turned off. Thanks, Luna. Honestly, I didn't expect to get it back. The odds of retrieving something lost in the ocean are low. Bad odds aren't the same thing as no chance. That's all. See, we even found another pretty shell because of it. Luna, deeply touched, Smile gazed up at Luna with shining eyes. Come on, kid. You can hug me if you want to thank me. Hey, everyone. Huh? What's wrong, Smiles? Cause unidentified, but a chill just ran down my spine. What? Are you coming down with a cold already? I refuse to catch a cold. I should have said it would interfere with tomorrow's training. Oh. Something we had momentarily forgot suddenly came to mind. Oh, so you weren't completely forgotten about tomorrow's training. Omega wants beach time too, but Omega has training. But Omega really wants big beach time. Then another unforgettable voice reached us from somewhere beyond the darkness. Asha, Omega, are you feeling better now? Yep, the scientist said Omega's all better now. Wow, it's been ages, everyone. Asha, did you all have plenty of fun while I was gone? No, not really. We were out freaking saving someone's life the entire time. We can just say that instead of just being cowardish. And you must have already ready for some brutal extra training to make up for all that fun. We didn't have fun. Captain, save me. I'm sorry. Why are we being scared? And so the unusually hot night was drawing to a close. Okay, just what? I thought you all fixed. What? I thought you were all fixed now. Negative. Omega Control's update was complete successfully. However, a very minor technical issue occurred during this unit's custom firmware update. The monetary lift 116th and 117th scientists failed to follow the safety instructions provided for the update. Do not power off this unit while it is saving. Everyone there, off to the distance of being dumbfounded. Yeah, I think I can guess what happened. Until correct firmware is installed, intermittent malfunction may occur, particularly when processing large data updates. This unit routines archives the Forager Savior party's optional history. Abnormal behavior may occur during update. Backup procedure. What do I need to do? Request. activate the virtual space simulation to rebuild the database and correct the erroneous information within it. This unit accepts no liability for injuries sustained during training inside the simulator. Consent to these terms is irrevocable, and oh, come on. And that's how the story ends, with us being told to do doing the cute palace thing. Okay. Well, that's that. Lost in Summer, Fate in Paradise. Interesting storyline. Made me really feel for the freaking NPC feel for the character they chose to give us, and for Luna, who really makes a lot of things happen badly. Good story. Good story. Anybody came by, thank you guys for watching, listening, and or lurking. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.